rather excited to get you all into the skies. On into the skies. A little bit of zooming up and down through the clouds to mix that with your various heroic acumen.
Heck yeah. Well, the stage is yours, sir.
Okay. Dragonborn, hippo, monk, and a turtle,
Bard.
perfect. All right, and of course, our gnomish solipsist. Take 1 minute to set these up, and then I will begin your introduction.
How's that band do?
Pretty good.
Playing anything?
Everyone's on vacation. It's gonna be better when they get out.
Everyone is on vacation.
Doing an amazing metal song.
You do.
Tia was like doing like death metal vocals while drumming.
Do you get to sing too?
Me? Him?
Death metal singing?
Yeah, that's what he was doing.
So you get to sing in the band too?
Mhm.
Do you do that, like, thing?
Mhm.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
His voice was all broken up the next day.
Yeah, that's a tricky thing to pull off. I had a band once. It was a grunge band.
What'd you play?
I played guitar and I sang. The better part was the singing. The guitar was fine. Not like a real musician. So I had to learn slowly. But by the time I quit, some people liked my guitar.
You begin, as you always do, by appearing suddenly. This time, you are, I will describe it as if your characters know what it is, or you, of course, will determine how much of this makes sense to them. On the tarmac of an airstrip. Here are vehicles much like this. You can think of them as from the 20s, perhaps the early 30s of Earth history, reminiscent of those that are getting ready to take off. There is a flurry of activity as people around you begin to put on their leather flight suits and goggles and get fueled up and spin the big props to life. Ahead of you, already in the sky, is a vast airship represented by that pile of blocks. I think we're going to make these, what makes sense, probably
10 by 10?
I'm trying to going between 10 and 20. Let's start by saying they're 10-foot squares. I might bump them up to 20s. That ends up making more sense. And that's already in the sky, moving ahead of you. It is a peculiar sky because the sky appears to be inside a bottle. The earth curves up around you, but you don't have much time to think about the implications of that because flight crew on the ground are already hurriedly around you, pulling leather gloves onto your hands, giving you goggles over your eyes, and pushing you towards the biplanes that are ready to take off. They say, "Go, go, go! Hurry, hurry! We've got to stop the Plinkertons from seizing the supplies. They're already inbound. They're going to take it down, and the strike will be ruined. We've got to supply our men, or else all of our efforts are for naught. Get into the air and stop those robber barons!" And they load you up onto the wings of the biplanes. You're holding on. And the engines roar to life. Two to a plane. Pick your, or I suppose one of you is going alone. Pick your biplanes. You can indicate, these are the biplanes, which one you're on by just placing your character astride it as you hold on to its wings.
Can I retcon one thing?
Yes, please do.
Because we've got two players who've never experienced the quantum leaping before.
Yes.
Maybe we can, I think you might have been there one time where we had a little pocket dimension right before we go into the world.
Yes.
So, right before this happens, all five of us pop into some kind of gray liminal space where we're all sort of floating. We don't know where gravity's happening. And you were just somewhere, although you can't remember exactly what has happened in the past couple weeks. And so this is all new. And we're all floating in space, sort of looking at each other. Nothing is happening yet. And you see a little dark brown skinned gnome with an owl swooping around him. And he says, "Oh, I have seen this place before. I know you, ravenous for blood, but I do not know you. My name is Pliny.
Pliny?
Are you new to appearing in strange bubbles in space?"
For my character, you see a bronze dragonborn wearing a fairly nice collared blue shirt tucked into his belt, leather with just black cloth pants, just bronze horns that go up like this. He's got a symbol of Bahamut around his neck. And he goes, "Yes, Salos Hearthbreaker. I've never been in a place like this, but if Bahamut wills it, then so it shall be."
Ah, you must be from Zamda. Or not.
Or not.
For my character, you see kind of a small, brown, tortoise-looking dude standing up on two legs. On the back of his shell, he has like a design of like triangles that are kind of different colors. And I go, I don't really remember what I was doing before this, but I mean, this seems about right for trying to think of a new song.
Oh, I should mention that I have a long, tall, rectangular iron shield with like a dragon's, basically a symbol of Bahamut on the front of it, and a long sword on the back. Just reference.
And of course, they've never seen you two before. What do y'all look like?
You would see a 7'2" hippo with light leather armor, 2 scimitars, and a pistol.
And it's a lady, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm a sort of lanky 5'8" humanoid with like kind of torn, janky robes and kind of old-looking dude. Yeah, and I'm a Githzerai do I say my class or is that?
You could describe your weapons, I
Was
guess.
that okay? So I've got like, I've got a couple of swords and crossbow
And a
big
sweet
old
medallion.
sweet
yeah.
medallion. Yep, I'm like showing off this medallion.
My character's 6'5", if that matters.
Mine is, let's say, 4'2", and he has a violin, like a special violin you can play underwater.
So we're all floating in this sort of gray space with no gravity, and I'll say to you two, I know you, this may seem strange to you, or maybe not you from your songwriting, but we have been stuck here a long time. We just keep moving from world to world, and wherever we go, someone always tells us to do something. And then when we do it, we go to some other world. We're trying to figure out why this is happening and solve it, but usually someone needs a pie to be fixed or a...
Have you tried not doing something?
Oh, that is a new thought.
You
If
can't
you
get out
in-
of it. If you want to get out of this, there was a dude that wanted to stay in his homeland and he couldn't stay.
Oh.
He got.
Okay.
Yes, one time we were in my world of Capernaum Thoth, but we could not. These people needed our help. As soon as we helped them, whew, we were gone. So as I say that, all of a sudden,
Yes.
poof, we're on a landing
your,
field.
Your reverie as you begin to get herded onto the shotgun positions of these airplanes, you reflect for a moment on what just transpired as you met each other and introduced each other. And as you do so, you may decide then how you are going to array yourself on this flight. You gather that these are machines meant to take off aloft into the sky and follow that.
Do we have
Defend it from some threat.
Do we have any roles involved in taking off, or are we just standing on top of these things?
You are not the pilots. Each one of these has a pilot that will fly it. And he says, each one of them will tell you something more or less to the lines of, all right, when we see the threats, you tell us which one we go after, and I'll guide you in there. Then it's up to you.
You got it.
And make sure I know who's who. This is Pliny. That's the
gift monk.
the monk. This is
Dragonborn.
Dragonborn, and then this is the
Gift.
hippo. Okay, and the turtle.
That's me, yeah. I don't
Got
have a
it.
turtle yet.
Okay, very good.
There's a hippo base? I did not know that.
Yeah, the gift. They're proficient in firearms, and they have advantage on strength checks,
The hippos are proficient in firearms.
and they can add an astral spark to their hit,
Okay.
and they're from Spelljammer.
Well, also
Oh,
their
I've heard
swimming is
that.
as fast as their walking speed, which is really cool.
That totally makes sense for a hippo.
There's a short takeoff, rumble down the makeshift airstrip, and soon enough you're into the sky. The engines themselves are relatively quiet, but the slipstream and the spin of the propellers makes it loud, but not impossible to communicate with your wingmate or your pilot. Although shouting to another airplane is probably only feasible at close range. But the pilots seem to be speaking into some kind of box and communicating with each other. So you can relay messages to each other of short messages fairly efficiently.
You're pilots.
Yes. Or just speak directly to your literal wingmates. You roar into the sky. Now the movement rules for this will be operating under a relative frame of reference based on this airship. So this airship is more or less going to stay here, or it might gain or lose a little bit of position, but it's moving this direction, and so anything closing towards it is effectively difficult terrain, right? It's half movement because you're not just staying still, you're flying at some airspeed, and then closing in on it is giving it full throttle. So it's much easier to fall back or go side to side than to gain on the airship. And that will apply to you and anything else in the environment. Your vehicles have a speed of 6 if they want to move laterally or back or dive. If they want to climb or advance, it's half of that, so 3.
What about the airship we're following?
The airship is moving at some clip that will basically be pretty steady. It can slowly maneuver. I've given it essentially a speed of 1 if it wants to move side to side or fall back.
So as long as we're going forward, we're going to catch up with it.
Yes, you indeed can close in on it. Your max speed is greater than its cruising speed. And we're considering this the direction of travel. This is always the way things are going until further notice.
And we've been told to kill this thing, eh?
Yeah, seems
To
like
attack this
We've
thing.
been told to protect it.
protect it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Good to
not,
know.
I thought it was already like captured. Okay, I was about to take
a
it
good,
down.
yes, your pilots will fill you in now that you're in the air. Essentially, this is escorting, or rather, you are escorting this airship, which is full of critical supplies to a factory complex, which has been the workers have gone on strike, but they have been surrounded, barricaded, essentially put under siege by the goons of the robber barons who want them to go back to their work and work that verges on a slave labor. And without those supplies, the strike will not be able to continue and they'll have to settle. Very quickly, the threat that your mothership is under becomes apparent in the skies around you. Notable is this. Let's see. Started over here, so it's closer to everybody. This vehicle here, which is a much larger airplane, like where yours are little biplanes. This is a vast lumbering beast that is a cargo plane of some kind, with fully 6 engines on its vast wings, ungainly and clearly laden down with something, but fast enough to be gradually closing on the airship. And you can see
Escargot.
from a small open little cargo door, you get a glimpse of men with masks and full-on like flight clothing. Yes, very good. Ready, hanging out the edge of it. They've got packs strapped to their backs and bristling with weapons, and the glint of sunlight shimmers off the ruby crystals of their goggles as they prepare something devious. Your attention is focused on that for a moment when, out of the corner of your eye, you see swooping from above, just a moment as it crosses your vision, a small, agile, gray triplane that zips with tremendous agility, wakes past you before and around, sort of flies in formation with the cargo plane for just a moment before veering off and disappearing into the clouds once again.
Above us?
Yeah, it starts above you, zooms down,
And goes back
and
up.
then veers off into the clouds again, and then it's lost to sight. Ahead of you, you can see objects in the path of the airship that it is slowly but effectively maneuvering to avoid. So these are more or less static objects that will be shown as moving down the battle map as you move past them. So they have more or less constant speeds and trajectories which will move them down the battle map, but they are just inanimate objects. You can see around you the common ones are the sort of sky boulders, moats anywhere the size of boulders to castles, sometimes overgrown with, tiny forests, right? Like like the size of a grove or a grotto, kind of meandering in the breeze. Enough space between them to maneuver around them if you keep abreast of it.
And there's no like clear method of suspension on these.
Correct. But you can take a moment to catch your bearings. There is no clear method of suspension on these, but you're also in a strangely shaped place. While you were on the ground, you of course felt the normal effects of gravity, and they seem to still be acting upon you as you fly. But the fact is, you are in a place where the sky is inside of the land. You are in a torus that the edges of which disappear out vast beyond the limit of your ability to discern. But if you look up or left or right or down, you see distant to you undulating fields and landscapes, rivers, lakes, forests, towns it's dotted with. In any direction you look, there is everywhere essentially is every up is also a down. So the geometry of the place is peculiar both in that respect and in the fact that these sky motes sort of seem to float or amble by.
So if I look up, I can see the tops of trees somewhere?
Yeah, yes, you wouldn't be able to discern individual trees, but you could see the color of a forest.
So we're in a planet that is shaped like a donut, and we're inside the donut hole.
Yep.
So
No,
we
not
look-
inside the donut hole. Imagine a hollow donut. You're where the jelly is.
Okay.
So we're inside
There is no.
So is this
there's
like
no out.
a halo or like a
Similar,
a
but
halo,
it's,
but
similar, but it's enclosed.
Like a
it's got
dome.
its sunroof is up. Halo with the sunroof up.
like a Dyson sphere?
We're inside.
torus.
We're inside
I don't
of
know
a
what
sphere.
it says on
Like
it.
A donut shape. It's not going to be
Like a tube.
relevant to
Okay.
the adventure, but yeah, a tube that's closed in on
Yeah, yeah.
that's closed in around.
Yeah.
Ah,
Got it.
We're inside of like a
inside
inside of a
the tube.
Inside the tube.
Very, very, very abstruse and delicious as I enjoy my world.
So these represent the moats that will come by. Furthermore, there is a sort of, you can see a small crackling storm up ahead, a very localized storm suspended in midair that is the darkest storm clouds, and it flickers with lightning and churns with wind. How I will do the order of operations is you may choose your own initiative. You will go in pairs. Anyone on the same place, I would like to give yourselves adjacent initiatives, so that on a plane, one of you acts, the other acts, right? Sort of in sequence. It can be either one, in whichever order you prefer every time it comes around. Although we'll do the same sequence of pairs every time.
So do the pilots have initiative?
No, the pilots will essentially just follow your commands. They don't have any gunnery available to them. They're just flying.
So whichever of us goes first tells them where to go.
Yeah, you can precisely, and they will move once for the pair of you. So coordinate with your wingmate as to where you're going, and then when the first one of you moves, it will move there on your turn. Essentially acting as a shared steed. I will put the adversary in the initiative.
And so far we've only seen 2 threats.
Yes,
Got it.
that is correct.
Is there something under there? No, like within the box.
No, it's just like dead space.
It doesn't lift up.
I have
It
a
does, but I just put like a space.
I have a
in there,
wand
so, like,
that has
so you can
one
see the
charge
dice.
of any spell the DM would like me to have.
Okay.
Is there anything
What has it typically been in the past?
It changes every time, from stone to flesh to magic missile to nothing. So if it's too complicated,
I will get back to you on that
Okay.
as soon as I can. Let me
I
get
have
that
this
one.
wand. It has a spell in it. I don't know what it does yet because it
Minutes
changes
worth of
every
thought.
time.
Yes, I will get back to that. So what I'm going to do is I will place the enemy in the initiative last, because I rolled a 7 for them. So you will all get to go, and then the enemy will go. You have a...
Oh, no.
Okay. Which plane is going to go first, and what will you do?
I rolled a 9.
Did you say we choose our initiative?
Choosing or rolling or?
Yes.
Good
The
days.
reason for that is because you're operating in pairs,
20.
so I don't want to separate people on the same plane. So you will establish your initiative order in this first round, and then we'll stick with it subsequently.
I got a 10.
And
So
so
far, you're all ahead of the enemies. That's fine.
the brains there, the mists, are those projectiles or other
These
enemies?
mists are the boulders.
Okay, that
Floating
are
islands,
floating
right?
through.
This is the storm.
So this is the only seen enemy yet.
The only enemy that you still have visual contact with. You've had the gray triplane, which flew in formation with it for a moment, but then veered off back into the clouds.
And there's a storm over there.
There is a storm up ahead, which you are closing with.
Okay. Well, and I don't have a homie on my plane. Yeah. There's
Correct.
5
It's
people.
you and your owl.
So I can move 6 spaces if I go like behind these other planes. If I go 1, 2,
Yes,
3,
you can
4, 5,
laterally
6.
Go 6.
I
Correct.
go over there.
Yep.
Alright. I'm gonna go there.
The spell in your wand is the first level gust of wind.
Pretty useful.
I don't know if I have the name exactly right, but I think that's the.
Yeah, it's a concentration spell that continues a gust of wind
Perfect.
going for a little while. Alright, well, I don't really know what's going on, so I'm gonna toll the dead that this thing or
Okay.
somebody who's on it for
Okay.
now. So they'll need to make a wisdom save.
Just so I know for the future, what's the range on that?
It's pretty rangy.
Okay. You can toll the dead. What's the DC?
15.
Okay. You managed
It's
to.
a 60-foot range.
Yeah, just in range.
Okay, great. Yeah, you managed to spot someone leaning out the sort of bay door window and get off your spell, and you can see the figure clutch its head in pain and fall back into the plane as his comrades pull him back.
And that person is probably at full hit points, eh?
Yes.
So they'll take 9 points of damage as invisible bells appear around their head and
Okay.
ring constantly, causing their brains to liquefy in pain,
Okay.
drip out their nose,
You got it.
spattering into the air.
That was only 9 damage.
Only a little bit of liquid.
Only a little bit of range.
Yeah. Petunia. See, this is why I always say, oh, that's who's on my thing with me. So if she flies off the airplane, is she just gonna be like? She just sort of stay on the airplane.
The owl would
For flight speed.
at
Not airplane.
yes, the owl is not as fast as an airplane. You could basically fly in front of something, and she could sort of maintain enough control to land on something like behind you or diagonal to you,
Right.
but not
Well,
make ground.
For now, she would have to fly over here and take the help action, and then fly back. So that we're probably not close enough for her to be
Correct.
safe again.
Correct. You'd have to be much closer.
All right, so we'll pass.
Okay. Who's next?
This is why I say I want to change the name of the cockatiel, because this is the OG Petunia. Yeah. Who's next?
What did you roll?
Oh, I actually didn't roll.
We didn't
3.
roll. We're not
I
rolling.
rolled a 3.
Yeah, I rolled a 9, so I guess we're not
yours.
next.
Okay.
Well, he said to choose your initiative. That's why I just went.
Nice, it's fun. So I guess it's your
Oh, I
plane
see.
next.
Okay. I rolled a 9, you rolled a 10, so.
Yeah, it's still technically better than ours.
That's enough.
So what are you guys doing?
Waiting for instructions, gentlemen and ladies.
Do you want to try getting closer to it?
Mm-hmm.
I also have enlarge reduce, so we could probably use that in a cool way later.
Shrink that plane.
Let's try to get closer to the ocean.
Yeah.
Pilot Banks taking you closer.
So how far does this thing?
I can move
If you move
6.
this way, 6.
6 laterally. You can move 6 in any direction except straight ahead, where you can only move 3. Okay. You're in position, and now you two can take your actions.
Looks like ranged attacks or spells.
Since Pliny, you can see him cast a spell. The people in the doorway have ducked out of sight. So any targeting of someone in there is not impossible, but would be challenging.
But can it target the machine?
You can target the machine with spells that target objects, but not with spells that target
Whoa.
creatures.
Do our planes have weapons equipped on them, or?
This plane does not have anything resembling the sort of weapons you are used to. Whether it has unconventional weapons or not. Maybe make an
More like
arcane,
machine
maybe
guns
make an
or something.
arcane check.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can you see like the propellers that make the machine fly? The ship.
You can see the sort of the whir of them, I think, right? Like when a plane is flying, you can kind of see a blur.
Well, you said it's 6 engines, right?
Yeah,
So is it focusing on the engines, or does it use a propeller too?
props.
They use props too?
Yeah. Well, what do you mean props too? It has
You had
its
6
engines are props.
Oh, it's engines, not props. Got it.
Yeah.
I did an Arcana check of 18.
Okay. It has some stubby objects sticking out of the fuselage that
You used the wand
are
already?
likely weapons.
Okay.
One on each side.
I'll point them out and then I'll see if I can man one.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. The enemy craft does.
Oh, the enemy craft has weapons. We don't have weapons.
Your guys, yes, are
Okay.
just unarmed.
Okay.
You have only whatever you're carrying with you.
Okay.
Can I
don't have
shoot
range
at the
on that
plane?
stuff.
Yes, you can attempt to shoot at the plane.
All right.
Make an attack roll.
Which dice do I roll?
A D20 is your attack roll.
I got 20.
Okay. You unload a musket ball somewhere into the plane.
Did you roll a natural 20?
Yeah, I rolled the craft.
So
A
you
14?
roll
Oh,
your-
you got a
your-
crit.
You critted, so your what is the damage dice on your musket?
It's a pistol, so it's a D10.
D10, great. So you
You
can
roll 2d10.
2d10 and add your dex, I think.
Yep.
D10.
Roll 2d10s, kid.
Oh, this one. Is that a D10?
1,
No, this is a D12, I think.
There's one. Okay.
2.
4 and 2.
Oh,
6.
pretty low. Plus your dex mod.
You're sure the hit lands. Like maybe you can even see momentarily, like as the sunlight crosses it, the glint of the hole in the fuselage. So the bullet went through and in somewhere.
9
But other than
plus
that, it
6 plus 3.
It doesn't bring it back.
9 total damage.
Okay.
Kill! Kill the flying
Remind me of
bear.
your character's name?
Oh, Lago.
Lago.
It means river.
It's lake.
I know. I'm kidding.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
Wait, what is this bear for?
The
That
bear
represents the enemy cargo plane.
is a 6-engine evil enemy plane that is attempting to shoot down our friendly blimp here.
And can transform into a bear.
And it is just represented by a bear because we don't have a giant plane.
So disappointed in you.
Mini. Yeah. I'm gonna go spend $1,000 right now for more.
Just build a prop.
Planes.
Build a prop plane out of like wood.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we got lots of wood.
So did Lago go?
Yeah, I did the Arcana check, and I don't have range weapons, so.
Okay, got it.
Okay. What will it be, boys?
Salus is gonna dig his claws into the wing that he's standing on, look at you, pull out his longsword, and go, "Onward!" and point forward.
Yes,
Alright.
let's go.
If it falls into formation with the others. And you go through.
1, 2, 3.
All right. All right. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to advance the hazards.
The hazards are advancing. The storm is coming. Will it reveal itself to be an enemy covered in storms? Or will it just cause havoc,
Only one way to find out.
perhaps in a radius around it? You know that actress Lake Bell? There's an actress named Lake Bell. You can call her Lago Campana. Somebody has got to have messed with her head. Somebody has to tease her about that in her life. When your name is 2 nouns. You know,
And
2 verbs.
Told you aren't that creative though.
Rip torn. Rip torn's another. Although it's an adjective and it's a verb and an adjective. What is he doing over there?
so from the opposite side, the starboard side,
Move that for now.
a figure with a jetpack on tumbles out the side door. You can see it, at first it appears like just a man falls out of the plane, but after a moment, flicker of a flame turns into a jet-like gust, and he zooms over. Meanwhile, on this side of the plane, a man leans out with a grappling hook and takes aim. Well, a whole contraption. A bristling grappling hook. They're going after the closest guys. So, first,
Oh, you're gonna get grappled, Lucille.
No, not again.
What is the range of a grappling hook? I just realized it doesn't say on the item.
This might be.
Yeah, it sounds like he has a contraption, but I have a grappling hook and I want to know my own information. I assume mine just throw and hope.
Yeah, maybe the range you would throw an improvised weapon,
It's like 30 feet.
but fortunately, Ooh, cool.
Okay. Well, let's see. Lucille,
Takes
roll a d20 for me
roll.
for the attack roll of the grappling guy.
6.
6 on the dice.
Is that liquid core?
Hmm?
Is that liquid core?
Yeah, I'm just using like. just a random
His aim
dice
is
set.
poor, and it flies just past your
All my
wing.
crazy dice.
Is it
And he spends the rest of his turn cranking it in as it flows behind the plane, and it kind of the line zips back up so that he's prepared to shoot again. But he missed you this time. Now
I bought that on Instagram, but it didn't move. I was so
the man with the jetpack flies by your plane behind it, and as he swoops by, he spins in the air and holds something in his hand, and a blast of light X's it. Pew, pew. Roll an attack roll for the rocket man.
That's 11 on the dice.
11 on the dice. Pew. That's a hit.
Who's he shooting at?
The airplane. Pew.
Which one?
this one.
The one right in front of him.
Oh,
You're fine.
okay.
The laser blasts score the airplane.
Officially a laser.
Yes, and but think what's a Flash Gordon style laser with the kind that moves much slower than a bullet.
Got it. Got it. So basically like a firebolt kind of thing.
Yeah. Comparable to like a stormtrooper blast.
Got it.
And the airplane engine sputters for a second, but then resumes, and you can look over and see that there is a big scorch mark on the fuselage. This vehicle, meanwhile, you'll hear
Kill
its
my plane, I'll kill your plane.
Engines gun up, and it advances. And is now directly in front, well, almost directly in front of this vehicle.
Any sign of the three-winged plane?
Okay,
Okay, so still hiding in the clouds.
Not yet made its entrance.
Got it.
We return then to the top of the order. Lenny.
Alright, I'm gonna cast a spell that should have interesting effects in your world depending on how you play it. So
tell me.
first I'm gonna just move closer.
So you've gone much more than your range forward.
Ah,
You can go, so it's
I move- okay, I
difficult
move back
terrain
3.
to move forward.
I move back 3.
Okay.
Okay, so Magnify Gravity, you love that spell because it's from Will to Mount.
I do.
So, Magnify Gravity is what I'm going to cast on the 10-foot radius sphere that the plane is in.
Perfect.
Now, here's what you get to interpret.
Okay.
They're going to make a con save or take 2d8 force damage, or it's halved,
Okay.
or the damage is halved if it's passed.
Yeah.
On a successful save, a creature takes half as much damage and suffers no reduction to its speed.
Okay.
Until the start of your next turn, any object that isn't being worn or carried in the sphere requires a successful strength check against your spell save DC to pick up or move. So, on a failed save, a creature takes force damage and its speed is halved until the end of next turn. And any object that's not a creature requires a strength check in order to pick up. So it's increasing gravity in a 10-foot radius sphere
What is
that the plane is in.
What is the kind of save? And
It's a
what
con
is the
save.
DC?
And it's a DC 15.
Okay.
But of course, the objects, aka the plane and the plane parts,
Right.
are not making a save.
Does your plane have strength?
Yes, it's very
So-
So the plane would need a strength save, I think, to push
So-
forward, right?
Don't worry about let him. We got a bunch of DMs here, so this is we're not doing raw. We're doing how does this affect his world.
What?
So objects
Yep.
don't make a save,
Right.
and they require a strength save to pick up.
Okay.
And
Understood.
people make a strength save, and if they fail, their speed is halved. So this should cause some kind of interesting effect
Yes.
on this plane.
So what I'm going to do is I would like you to roll a d20 to represent the con save of the collective passengers in the plane.
I'm gonna use my portent to say that they rolled an 11 and hope that their con modifier is low.
Okay, got it.
'Cause they gotta beat a 15.
And then what was the damage on that?
It'll be 2d8 damage.
Okay. And then you please roll a d20 to represent the strength save of the pilot struggling with his controls.
4.
4. Fantastic.
Just wait till I have to roll for myself.
It's 5 gravity damage,
Okay.
force damage. But the whole thing with the speed and the increased gravity is more interesting.
Yeah, definitely. That pilot is suddenly
You
confused.
can all observe this vehicle, this plane, start to veer and buck, and indeed start to go into a dive. As it loses altitude, jolts back up for a second, but it is having trouble maintaining
What
course.
about this guy? He's kind of just floating in the air right now.
He's got a jetpack.
Yes, he has a
Oh,
rocket
right.
pack and was not the target of that gravity, although that would be a scary thing for
So is
him
he
to
just
witness.
like hiding behind us right now?
So what he's doing is you're all flying forward and he is maintaining position with you. He's flying by, but because we are abstracting this as taking turns, it's sort of each turn is sort of a snapshot. And at this moment of snapshot, he is in the process of flying behind you.
Can we tell if he's gonna keep up speed-wise?
Yes, he seems to be able to keep up.
Was this guy still hanging out of the plane when he got gravity attacked? The grappler guy?
He fell prone in the plane and is still attached by his safety harness.
Ah, yes. Always be prepared. And that'll be Pliny's turn, but Petunia, I believe, has enough movement to move over here, take the help action on this guy, and then move back.
Your plane hasn't moved yet either, right?
We moved. The plane
Yes.
moved up
Oh,
3.
Absolutely,
Got it.
your owl can make that
So I
man's,
could be a little bit more.
can make that man's flying difficult.
So she flies over there, scrapes
Yeah.
at him, and then flies back to me, so
Alright.
that the GIF will have advantage on her attack on the Rocketeer.
All right, noted. The Rocket Man, your Lucille's next attack on the Rocket Man will be at advantage as he is distracted by the owl.
Yeah. Great joke.
We'll
Did you
do all
always have
spells.
that, or did you pick it
Yeah,
up for this?
I like that spell. I don't like them all.
Oh,
but I
how
like that
long?
spell.
How long does it last?
Oh, it's just till the start of my next turn.
Okay, understood. Next is Lucille and Lago. Wait, did I get that in the right order? Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, that Goliath figurine looks familiar. Gotta get you a cute little turtle one.
Can I shoot at the plane again?
Yes, you can.
Wait, you have advantage on shooting this dude if you want.
Okay, I'll shoot at that guy. I got a 3.
What was the
Advantage
first, the first
means you
one?
get to
Oh.
roll twice.
I think it was a 6. I didn't. I thought that roll was for the plane, and then I was gonna do another roll for the guy.
Not too helpful.
It's hard to shoot when you're flying through the air.
It's true.
No.
Especially when the guy's on a jetpack going.
And just
Hey.
his face clawed off.
Have you used your bonus action to rage?
No.
might
Okay,
want
I'll
to.
go into overreach. Forgot about that for a
Yeah,
second.
you take half damage if somebody shoots you, so that'll be good.
All right. Any other actions or instructions for the pilot?
Can we get closer to the big ship?
Yes. You can indeed get
All the way?
right up. Yeah, you can.
You wanna
can
get all the way?
move. You can. He floors the throttle and
Wanna board it?
roar forward.
You want to board it?
Yeah.
You
You
can-
want to jump
board
onto
it?
it?
You can try.
Can I
This
try?
is
So like
this
a
is
dexterity
This
save or
is
something?
exactly the sort of antics that these vehicles were made for.
Is that a dexterity save or something, or can you, if you within a space you can just jump over?
There is going to be a check to board it successfully. Essentially, I will give you a check to see, is this a good time to try to make this jump? And if you roll low enough on the check, you can just go, nah, I don't want to try, unless you roll really, really low, in which case you misjudge.
Got it.
What are you? Let's see. This probably is pure athletics.
Okay.
I think.
Gifts have advantage on all strength checks,
Fantastic.
and of course they're raging, so that's like double strength check. Does anybody need a beverage or want a beverage?
Yeah, can I get a fizzy one?
Yeah. I must have forgot that first.
So you.
That's
you're
a
done?
10.
You're done?
Lago,
Mhm.
yes.
I jumped
So
roll
your
20 with advantage.
option
15.
with
again?
a
You probably
10,
found it at 15, but
you could
One.
leap onto
Good thing you have advantage.
the
So 15 plus
outside
athletics.
of the vessel, but the doorway is beyond your
Athletics
reach.
plus
You have a
6.
split second to decide whether you want to go through with it or hold back.
Okay, I'll go through with it.
Okay, Lago leaps and grabs hold.
I got a 21, so I leap into.
Yes, the both of you leap off your plane in tandem. You land in a much better spot. You're sort of hanging on into sort of the tail end of the fuselage with a steady hold, but not in a particularly good position to advance. But you are in an excellent position to advance. And in fact, your leap is good enough that should you choose to, you can take that momentum to get the rest of the way, slide down to the open doorway, and drop past the doorway into the plane if you choose to. Or do you want to stay with Lark?
I kind of wish the plane would go back and hit this guy.
There's still a pilot over there. I think.
You could yell to the pilot.
There's still a pilot in there?
He's not being teleported between
right
dimensions.
now,
Yeah.
your decision is whether you're going to use your
Okay,
momentum to
yeah,
go
I'll use
forward.
my momentum to go forward.
All right.
Slide in.
Drop at the entrance of the plane, sort of holding on to the side of the door, and can see your first glimpse. At the end of your turn, you get a glimpse of the insides. It is packed full of figures in flight suits and with various equipment, most of whom seem to be struggling to keep their balance and stand up. They're in a sort of various state of array as the plane continues to shake, and a lot of them are kneeling or prone.
They're all screwed up from gravity.
And that jump was just part of movement.
That was the that's your that's.
It's my first time in the air, so I'm just checking.
I'm counting the plane's movement as its own thing, like a steed.
Just making sure it wasn't like an action to leap or something.
I think the action is descending safely into the doorway after the leap. All right, you two.
Onward we go?
Let's go.
Just keep going onward until
Yeah.
that triplane comes out of the clouds.
Yeah. And then also, I'm gonna take out my trusty hempen rope
Okay.
and tie it to myself
Okay.
with a knot that only like if I pull on it I could undo it,
Sure.
like a slip knot that I could undo, and I'm gonna tie the other end of it to the.
You can do this if you want. I
Yeah.
neglected to mention that as part of your equipment, you're basically given like a harness
Oh.
with a little clip on it. Now,
Oh.
your rope, you may want more line, right? If you want to tie your rope on instead of your very short sort of kind of like clip harness. But if you're just looking for like a secure point, you basically have a short line and then a little clip that you can like clip onto one of the spars.
Okay, so then, yeah, because I want to like have the rope in case I was going to fly off the plane or something and be attached. So I'm going to attach the other end to the scaffolding, and then I'll attach the end of myself to my harness
Great.
or to that clip.
All right.
Probably won't use it.
Any other activities for the Vanguard plane, or you just full throttle down,
I will
powering ahead?
hold an action in case for some reason the triplane gets within melee range.
Okay.
But-
What action do you want to hold, or do you need to specify,
A
or is
blade,
it just?
I mean, I'm only got a longsword, so.
Okay, great. You'll do something aggressive.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
I doubt it's gonna happen, but why not? Hold it.
All right.
I'm just worried we're all gonna be grouped up over here, and then suddenly that triplane's gonna like kamikaze this cargo plane.
We gotta protect the Zeppelin. No one is near me. I will yell at you in the air, and perhaps you will not hear me. We must protect the plane, the Zeppelin. And
Wait, this is the Zeppelin?
yeah, and you just barely hear me, maybe. Protect the Zeppelin.
This is the crackling storm coming by.
Now
I
you
think it
said
would help if we
within
took
a radius. Is the radius the blocks, or is there a radius from the blocks that is causing issues? I feel like you said there was a radius.
He hasn't said that yet.
Okay.
I suggested that idea.
Oh, you
I don't know what he's
suggested-
doing.
Never mind.
No.
I got confused.
It's a storm.
So yeah, that's this area under these squares is where the thick roiling mask of cloud and wind and
It's a thunderhead
start. Yeah.
Yeah.
Start heads. All right.
coming towards us. We don't know what it does.
So I wish I was a blue dragon.
Yeah.
And
Whoa,
then
that storm.
your plane here
Are you gold?
is, let's see here, another rocket man
Man, those Rocket Man.
is going to tumble out of the plane.
Rocket Man needs to bite the dust, man.
This guy is going to advance as much as he can and let off a laser bolt at Lago. Lago, roll a d20 for me as he attacks you with his laser bolt.
5.
5, he misses! The other one is going to fly to the other side of the plane.
With a rocket pack in the air.
Uh,
Why didn't we get any of those?
and
Yeah, where's my rocket pack? Pilot.
Wait a minute.
and
You're close enough to steal one.
let off a laser bolt at the barbaric hippo who's invaded this plane. Roll a d20 for me as you are attacked from the air. 1,
20.
20. He rolled a 20.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Double damage. What is he doing? Punching?
He's getting
Stabbing?
he's getting attacked.
You're attacking you?
Yeah.
Can I somehow see this through the cockpit window or something?
Yeah.
All right, silvery barbs. This person just critted on her.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So re-roll for them.
19. At least it's not
That's
a
not a
crit.
crit.
It's not a crit.
Yeah, you're a barb. You can take it, and it's better than double damage. And I'll give
Wait,
it.
so how much health did I just
I'll give
lose?
advantage to.
We don't know yet.
You're a bard. I'll give advantage to the barb, so you'll have advantage on your next attack when you're inside the plane.
All right. That is 17. That is 17 radiant damage.
Oof. Radiant lasers.
The guy in the cockpit turns a little gun to the hippo that is grabbing him, and just
Yeah.
shoots him with a laser gun.
Yeah.
Shoots her with a laser gun. You're lucky that didn't crit. It does 17 normally.
Yeah.
Woo.
One,
But
You
isn't
know
the
this
damage
is-
halved by the rage that she remembered to go into last turn?
Not
Yes.
radiant. Radiant?
Yes.
Yeah,
What I will
'cause
do,
totem.
so for your rage is I
Totem
will just
barbarian.
tell you the total normal damage, and I will leave it up to you to deal with
Yeah.
half.
So you
of it or
actually take
whatever
8
else.
because you're raging. See, that's why I told you to rage, because you're a totem barbarian, so you take half of all damage except psychic.
That's crazy.
One of the struggling harpoon men inside will attempt to shift his harpoon gun over and shoot it right at you. He is struggling because of the flight difficulty of the plane, so he will attack with disadvantage. So roll 2d20s and
Me?
take the lower of that roll. As
You're rolling the
attack
other
roll
person's
that is
attack against you. Yeah, he's got gravity issues.
Which one of those is lower?
It's a
Fuck.
5.
He misses!
I'm so lucky the other one was like.
Good thing it wasn't a 20.
Um,
I hate how lucky I
the pilot steadies out the plane's, arrests its dive.
The
And
bastard.
That's what he spends his turn doing, is arresting the dive. And it makes otherwise no progress. As some of you has been anticipating, the Grey Baron returns.
Uh-oh. It's the Grey Baron,
Near me, near me, near me, near me.
the guy who really
Strafing
wants spell slots.
across. And as he gets close,
Does it enter melee range?
you can see the whites of his eyes, and you may make
The
an
whites of his
attack
eyes.
with the following proviso.
It doesn't matter, I rolled a 3.
Okay.
Unless you're going to give me advantage, it doesn't matter.
You have essentially an opportunity to, as he comes by, to try to board his plane or just to swing at him as he goes by.
Well, I held my action to swing.
But you have an opportunity attack,
But
too.
you can go and try to board or something. if
You have your held action, but you also have an opportunity
I
attack.
use my reaction to use my held action.
Okay. Oh, well.
So I'm gonna unclip my thing and try to. Actually, yeah,
You don't
I'll
have
just
to.
try to board. Yeah, no, I definitely want to try to jump on.
Try to leap on. Okay, great. Make a. I'm going to treat this as a attack roll against his defensive maneuvering.
Okay.
So basically you can make an attack roll, and if you beat his AC, you can leap on. If you don't, you just go. Not a good idea. I'll stay on my own plane.
That's a 24.
Yeah, you leap onto his plane.
Nice.
You're now on the gray triplane.
No, it's too
Now-
bad that thing's getting out of the sky real quick.
Simultaneous to this happening, he does make his own attacks on his turn. And that is going to. You can see that there is mounted in front of his cockpit on the nose of his plane, there is a stylish brass crossbow.
Ooh.
And as he flies by you, harpoons rotate up and fly out of it at rapid speed
At me?
Like 3?
at the airplane. So this is
Oh.
all sort of
Okay,
happening
got it.
simultaneously. You make it onto the plane, so you're not in the
Okay.
path of it. Roll for me a d20, if you would, as he attacks the plane you were just on.
18.
Oh,
1 second.
Oh, it
One-
smashes it.
1 second.
Yeah.
I would like to. I don't know if the AC is what the plane is, but I would like to use my feat to increase the plane's AC
Okay.
equal to my proficiency bonus, which should be 3.
3. Is this a limited resource you have?
Yes.
I would recommend not using it because that won't be enough to stop it.
Sounds
Okay. Because you said what it was like 17 or 18? 18? Yeah. Okay. And the plane takes a vast bolt through its fuselage. Additionally,
You have anything like destroyed planes? you can
as
get
he
there?
flies by, his engine
I think I'm going down.
a thick cloud of corrosive acid that messes up all the control surfaces. This plane is now in dire straits. The pilot is struggling to keep it flying. You can see fumes from the tail of your plane as the acid corrodes away your rudder and aileron, as well as a javelin that has gone through the fuselage. The hole it leaves flapping, and you can see fuel leaking out.
Can I pick up a javelin as a free action after it did damage?
You can interact with an object once per turn as a free action, yes.
Okay.
If you want to pick up...
It's not my turn yet, so I'm just asking if I could grab a javelin just for my own benefit later.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. And then, as it flies by, you're holding on to it. You feel it immense G-forces as it flies up into the clouds, and it is lost to sight of everyone but you.
Wow.
Does the pilot
Guy's
know?
got some movement
Is he
speed.
aware?
The pilot
Is
is aware
aware?
that you are on
Okay.
the plane. Yes. He looks back at
No,
you,
three wings better than
and,
two.
and even though most of his face is covered with like goggles and sort of aviator mask, he grimaces and pulls up, hoping to shake you free in his. But you keep your hold for now.
Oh,
Okay.
Calicoos.
Now that you are
So,
separated,
oh,
you had a question?
is it the floating islands turn?
I moved those at the beginning,
Oh,
before the adversaries. So I'm going, you guys, neutral, adversaries.
Got it.
So thank you. All right, that brings us back to Pliny.
Okay. So at the start of my turn, the effects of the gravity will wear off on the bear ship.
Yep.
It's like an airship, but it's a bear ship. So that is technically it's dropped lower. It's coming back up. I'm thinking I'm gonna mess with these two guys that are near each other.
Mess with them.
So I'm gonna magnify gravity those guys.
Okay.
It's DC 15 con save.
Okay.
I like me a dead Rocketeer, so I'm gonna do a level 2 spell slot on Magnify Gravity.
Okay.
So it's the same save.
Okay. C15.
It's just gonna be 3d8 instead of 2.
You said con.
Yeah.
They both succeed on their saves. What do they take?
They both take 5 damage. Lame.
At least you've done damage.
As gravity increases around them in a sphere, and their rocket packs sputter, and gravity pushes on the very bones of their body, they only take 5 damage.
Yes, for a moment it looks bad for them, but they manage to sort of roll out of the worst of the effects and stay aloft.
Any object that isn't being worn or carried in the sphere, well, that's pretty much everything. Oh well, all right.
And do they fail or succeed?
They succeed.
They succeed, so they only take 5. Those guys are inside the plane, but
You see one of them, the glass in his goggle cracks.
oh, good. Well, that feels better. Well, that's us, I think. But Petunia will just take the help action on this one.
Okay.
And come back, giving the GIF advantage on attacking it. I know nobody's going to attack that guy, but
Petunia just keeps scratching this guy's face.
yeah, we'll do this guy that's closer, just in case GIF wants to duck out the window and shoot that dude or whatever. And that's it. That's us.
All right. Let's start with Lago. Your a glance back at your support plane.
I'm going to move up too.
Great.
Yeah.
Your pilot is trying to keep position behind the plane that you're on, but he's looking around nervously at the Rocketeers and looks at you for instruction. You can wave or signal or choose if you want to give him directions. Otherwise, he's going to try to stay back here with you.
I'll tell him to try to lose them.
Try and lose them?
Yeah.
Okay. He peels off in an attempt to lose them. And then you, we'll get to Lucille in a moment. What would you like to do, Lago? You're currently grasping onto the outside of the plane. It has leveled off again. The pilot appears to have regained control, although it has lost some altitude and momentum.
Is it just the pilot in there, or is there like a crew?
The number of adversaries leaving it and its size indicates that it has room for quite a few people on board. It's only conjecture how many of them are pilots and how many of them are rocket men or
Okay, then
otherwise.
I'm gonna give Bardic Inspiration to was it Lucille? Yeah. I'm gonna give you Bardic Inspiration, and then I'm gonna cast Enlarge on you.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you're gonna be like 16 feet tall,
It's just gonna like.
so maybe you might burst through the roof of the aircraft.
Can I try shooting one of the guys?
Let's
Or can
find out
or-
what this enlarge does.
Yeah, I'm just.
So
Or from 16 feet tall, I could like.
I was
grab
talking to
them.
him about this video I watched about enlarge reduce.
Mhm.
It enlarges the person's weapon, which makes them have a larger weapon. What's your melee weapon?
2 scimitars.
So instead of 1d6 of damage, a large scimitar would do 2d6 of damage,
Okay.
plus whatever the spell adds to it, which I think is 1d4, 1d6.
And that's all in the spell text?
It's not in the spell text, it just says that you and your weapons and your stuff are enlarged.
Okay, that makes
And then
sense.
there's a section in the Dungeon Master's Guide that talks about the damage rules of enlarged weapons.
Okay,
Like for giants and stuff.
Yeah.
we'll go
So
with that.
if you go from a medium scimitar to a large scimitar, it would do 2d6 of damage, plus the whatever the spell adds.
Sounds great to me.
Yeah.
Can I try to like grab?
I learned the spell just for that in my other game, because it sounds crazy.
What does Lucille need to know about
So
being
choose to
enlarged?
learn the spell.
Oh, it says the target size doubles in all dimensions, and its weight is multiplied by 8. The growth increases its size by 1 category from medium to large. If there's not enough room for the target to double its size, it'll get as much maximum possible size it can in the space available. And until the spell ends, she has advantage on strength checks and saving throws, and the weapons grow to match its new size.
Okay.
It also says while they're enlarged, they also deal 1d4 extra damage.
Okay. So that's that. Lucille, you're now bulked up due to Lago's
So
spell.
now I'm 14.
You are
14
you are crouched inside the fuselage of the plane. It's not so tight that you can't move, but you've reached
So I
essentially.
can't like try to punch open a hole.
Your
in the
scimitars now deal 2d6 plus 1d4 plus dex mod damage.
While we
Plus
we
rage.
figure out what Lucille does, Lago, is there anything else you
And
want?
you've
I'll
got
go
your
inside the
main
plane.
hand and your bonus hand.
Make me a.
Good.
I wish I could just
your
get big and
choice
grab-
of athletics or acrobatics
But
to maneuver
is it
inside the
going on
plane.
Well, you can.
That's a natural
You
20.
can, but you get some
Fantastic.
really sweet ass
Do you want to
scimitars.
drop down? I think the only way you can get in is probably on the opposite side to Lucille. All right, so you managed to drop down into the sort of you're kind of in the doorway of the plane, brace, and as you drop down,
It's
you
like
see
15 damage
Lucille,
with one hit.
do something.
okay, I'm gonna just hit one of the guys with
Okay, just clobber them.
do I?
Roll
Okay.
2d6 and a d4. So you got the pyramid.
Hmm?
It's 2 squares and a pyramid is the damage.
Oh.
And then the d20 is whether you hit it to start with. So if you hit, you're going to do 10 plus 3 plus your rage damage, which is what? What's the rage damage? Plus 2 more? Or?
I
Rage?
think it's 5 or-
What's the hit?
Let me see your sheet. I wrote it on there. Plus, yeah, it's plus 2 more. So it's 10 plus 5. 10 plus 5. So you're gonna do 15 damage if you hit, but you got to roll to hit first.
So
You're
do
swinging
I
a.
use 2 of these, right?
You're rolling.
You could do reckless attack.
You can do reckless attack. Yeah.
Let's do reckless attack.
Do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like you hit. So 18.
Great, that's a hit. You lay one of these guys out. He just turns a lip and falls onto the floor.
And you got an offhand
Something-
attack with your
something
other symbol.
But I also have an offhand attack.
Great, let's
So
do
can
it.
I'll use it on the other guy.
Crush him. Kill him.
I got a 10.
Plus your to hit.
Yep.
Let me see. So when you roll to hit, you add this.
Oh,
So
6.
it's
So
16.
16 hits?
You're gonna roll 2d6 plus 1d4. You're gonna roll this again. Yeah, all of that. Giant hippo in a plane crushing people with a scimitar. So that's 9 plus 5, 14 damage. Or no, it's your offhand, so you only get the rage damage. So it's 11 more damage with your offhand.
That's enough to lay out a second one.
How many people are left in there?
You've demolished there is in this compartment, there are 3 left.
You are killing people, Hippo. Do you drink their blood? Do you put your hag teeth in their face?
Anyone who's watching the plane when this happens sees it before once again the pilot has to correct for an unexpected massive change to its momentum. And you can see the plane starting to drift over. All right. We're going to do this in 2 parts now. Let's start with the unexpected guest on the triplane. How are you going to proceed?
So, do I ascertain that I could man the aircraft if I was to somehow gain control of it?
He is holding on to
If I was
pushing and pulling a lot of buttons.
okay. Yeah.
I think a character of your wisdom would know that there's definitely some things happening that you don't understand. Are those the most important things? Don't know. Like he seems to be, you're like, oh, when it banks to the left, it's because he's turning to the left.
Okay. All right. So here's what I want to do.
Yeah.
I've got this liar's stone that appeared to me over the last break, and so I'm going to yell out to him, "I'm your commander."
Okay.
And
can you
how does this work?
Can you read the description of the lie?
okay, so it says, while wearing this magic amulet, you can choose one false statement. Any effect that can read your thoughts or otherwise sense falsehoods perceives this statement as true for the next 24 hours.
Okay.
Once used, this property can't be used again until dawn.
So it's like an auto deception check. Succeed itself.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about rolling to check it.
No.
And this is from Catherine's game?
Yeah, this is what. There was extra items, and it was.
Here, I got the Liar's Stone. While wearing this magical amulet, you can choose one false statement. Any effect that can read your thoughts or otherwise sense falsehood perceives the statements as true for the next 24 hours. Any effect that can read your thoughts or otherwise sense falsehoods perceives the statement as true.
Got it.
So if you were under the effects of like Zone of Truth or something where people were like able to always tell when you were lying.
Oh, so I can't just straight up lie to somebody and they'll believe
Any
my lie.
effect that can read your thoughts.
So-
That can read your thoughts. So if you were using your medallion on somebody and they had a liar's stone,
Right.
your medallion would tell you that the person was telling the truth.
Okay.
But he could still insight check you or think about it.
So that's probably.
So you shout, "I am your commander." I guess he looks back for a moment in some sort of confusion. Do you do anything else?
And I yell out, "The training exercise is over. You failed. Fly in a steady, straight line."
All right, that's.
Assuming that he believes that I'm the commander.
And assuming that he believes that he was trained.
I think you are perceptive enough to know that while it gave him a moment of pause, he is no longer swayed by your assertion.
So, as a monk, you have some ways to shut this dude down for good.
Play the flute.
So do I have, having tried that, do I have additional brute
Yes,
force
let's say
options?
that. Let's say you still have your move and action remaining to you.
Okay. All right. So then, I assume he doesn't really do much. He's sort of stunned.
Well, it's not his turn.
Yeah.
He's in the cockpit controlling the plane.
So I'm just gonna draw my sword and attack.
Okay. Give me a acrobatics check to maneuver over to the cockpit first. Unless you want to make a ranged attack.
8.
And with your modifiers?
Yeah, that's 8 with the modifier.
You are unable to advance towards the cockpit. It's all you can do to hold on. Anyone else would have fallen off the plane. He is flying like a daredevil, like a stunt pilot. He is turning, diving, and you're it's only because you're a monk, like braced like Jackie Chan between
One sec.
like two wings, that you're able to even stay on the plane. Let's say that takes up your movement, so you can't, you're stuck where you are. Is there anything you want to try to do from where you are stuck?
You want to kill her?
I'm gonna just look for the cat.
Oh, she's pretty shy. That's good.
Can I clip myself into
Yes.
a nearby thing? So
Yes, you
I'm
can.
gonna clip myself in and
Great.
brace myself.
You do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am going to direct the pilot to move laterally.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Oops. 4. Do I know if these pilots have like parachutes or like some safety devices if their planes go down?
They do.
Okay. Before I hop off onto a plane that's not smoking, I'm going to suggest that he kamikazes his plane somewhere
Okay.
useful, whether it be here or wherever, and then I'm going to try to jump onto this plane over here.
Okay.
So it's an athletics check.
Yes.
Ooh, sorry. Actually, I'm going to use a bonus action to rage.
Okay.
Did I do that?
Yes.
19.
Yeah, you made the leap.
And I'm going to just land next to you and go, fucking bullshit.
All right, fantastic. I will have, from now on, I will have you join Pliny's initiative as you are on the same plane.
And then
And then,
peel off out of our way.
yeah, this plane.
Well, maybe not in front of the this way.
Yeah, you're in a precarious line. He peels off this way, rapidly losing speed
Perfect.
and altitude in a desperate but controlled manner for now. All right, taking us to. Oh, is that everybody? Yes, that's the end of the round. This storm crashes into view. I'm going to represent this storm as pillars of cloud and wind and lightning. So this is your storm pillar. Storm cloud crackling with energy. This
Wait, so what are these
safely
springs
falls out of
for?
the way.
What are these springs for?
They're like rocks.
Oh, these are sort of floating rocks, kind of like if you ever kind of like the boulders you see at the beach with like a few trees growing on them. And okay, come in here. And additionally, up ahead, you see a pod of sky whales.
Ah, yes, a pod of sky whales. Something I enjoy seeing.
Yes. Now, the remaining adversaries in the cargo bay with you are desperate. The one with wearing a rocket pack, in sort of grim panic, activates his rocket inside the cargo bay and attempts to shove Lucille out.
Whoa.
This is going to be opposed strength checks.
You
As
have advantage on those.
Yep.
You've got all sorts of advantage on this, but you're going
Wait,
to
so
basically...
he tried to shove.
He
activates
fires up his rocket
and is
pack.
trying to, and basically slides along the floor, impacts you, and this shoving match between you and the Rocket Man is going to determine what
The
happens.
Rocket Man is challenging 14 feet tall.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Yes.
He's in a desperate spot. So your choice is you can try to use brute strength or agility. Which do you want to do?
Brute strength.
All
That
right,
sounds.
make a strength check with advantage. And say, Lago, how about you make a d20 a strength check for the Rocket Man?
Roll these two.
11.
Okay?
19.
Plus.
Not a chance. He stops dead as you brace, and as he is unable to move you, even as his rocket fires. The trio of harpoonists who are left try to get their harpoons on you.
Oh no.
So I'm going to...
Good thing he's got a turtle shell.
Yes. Let's see, each of you in the middle there, representing one of the harpoonists, roll a d20 for their harpoon attacks
I'll do it.
on Lago.
12.
2.
8.
8. Alright, so what's your AC? Two of those
Oh, wait.
17 is.
That wasn't a D. Oh yeah.
Alright, only one of those hits, only the...
That's a natural 20 then.
That was a 13.
Oh, I thought that was 15.
All right. So only one of those hits you. You manage to evade the rest with your defenses. Lago, you take 9 piercing damage, and you are grappled. While grappled in this way, your speed is not reduced, but you can move only in directions that bring it closer to the guy grappling.
The guy with the harpoon. Stuck in the turtle.
And then I gotta do a concentration check.
Yes.
Uh-oh, you might shrink.
No.
His concentration might wear off. Thanks to getting harpooned. The turtle got harpooned in a plane
I'm probably fine even without it.
by a rocket man. Your giant scimitars will go back to normal sized scimitars.
I think it's just a DC 10 con check.
Yep.
Con save, I mean.
Okay, I got.
What'd you roll?
I rolled an 11.
Okay, you passed.
Okay.
Maintain concentration.
Yay.
Two Rocketeers will, let's see, which one of these? This guy, this guy is out of the action, as his maneuvers his plane to safety. This guy, his plane is fine, but he's flying by himself. he's trying to shake them as directed. He'll come over here and stay close. These two rocket
Kill.
men come up behind you.
Oh
and
man,
We'll take each one. Will try to blast one of you.
I'm gonna kill these fools.
So go ahead and roll the attacks of D20 that they're taking on you.
15
15.
for a total of
With that, your AC is
5.
yeah. And you?
That was a 5 I rolled.
Okay. So yours lands a hit on you with his blaster.
damn.
Where's my other one?
And you take 17 radiant laser damage.
Raging though.
That,
You said rage.
yeah, but I don't resist radiant damage.
Oh, you're not totem. You're a secret subclass yet to be revealed. Don't worry, homie. I'll help you somehow.
17, huh?
Yeah.
This vehicle lists under the imbalance, and it drifts over here.
I'm gonna take out some of the rocket guys.
The gray Baron is going to make a perception check. Sees you clip in, and the evasive maneuvers fall off as he's keeping only one hand on the controls, and he leans back to take pot shots at you through the ribs of his own plane. Make
Makes me think of Indiana Jones.
2 attacks against you, each at disadvantage.
Okay. So the first one is a 13.
Okay.
Second one is a 2.
All right. One of those hits, and you will take
That hits.
13.
Oh, right.
Well,
Okay.
he gets to
Yeah,
add.
yeah.
He gets to add
Add
stuff.
his stuff, yeah.
Man, take that Great Baron
Unknown
out.
Stuff. Yeah.
Take him out, monk. Come on. I want to see that
Play the
thing
flute.
plane falling out of the sky. Monks are like superheroes.
You take
People say they're the worst
from
class.
his
I'm good at
Every time I watch them play, they're
Their key
like
points are a little.
action, action, bonus action, action, action.
Maybe one of my
from
life
his
is
extra
blaster. You take 22 lightning damage.
Whoa!
Make a DC 17 con check.
Oh man.
Oh, is it? Wait, do I?
If only I could see that
No,
plane.
No, it's not gonna.
No.
It's gonna
All
fail.
right. You
Wait, how
are
do you get so much damage?
dazed, which
Uh-oh.
means that
He shot me.
for the next round,
Shit.
you get one action. It can be a move, an action, or a
Okay.
bonus action, but you only get to take one. As the lightning from his blaster seizes up your muscles and flies across your vision.
Oh man. You know what action you
enjoying
need to
it.
take.
All right.
Legal action.
That returns us to Pliny, joined by the barbarian of dragons.
So we share initiative now.
Yes.
So I'm gonna ask you if you want to jump on their plane or if you want to stay on this plane.
If we could just move within melee range with those two guys, I would
Also,
like
we
to,
could put you on that plane.
That plane's about to go out.
This plane's good. That plane's out.
Oh wait, what?
Yep. Yeah, that's the
empty
plane.
grid plane.
The one by you is the
Oh.
one that Lago and Lucille abandoned, but it's okay.
So we could move you over there and put you on there, or
I
you
mean,
could jump
if
on
you
your own
want to
plane.
like back up so I can jump onto that plane and then I can move it over to the guys that so I can melee them and you can do
Yeah.
whatever you want. That's fine.
I'm gonna fuck with
So
these
let's
guys.
Move one this way so I can jump onto this plane. which I
All right, so that's 2 spaces.
I think it's just one diagonal, right?
Yeah, it's 2. It's 1 and then 1 diagonal.
Are you fucking shooting me? Yeah, so I got a...
Low roll.
Yeah.
Well, you were attempting to jump from plane to plane?
Yep.
Isn't the first roll a perception roll
It's, I got a...
or whatever, an insight or whatever
Like,
you're doing?
I got an 11.
11 is enough for you to go, I shouldn't do this.
Oh, okay.
So you don't fall off or anything. You just don't make it over.
Then if I'm not jumping, then I need to be within melee range of those guys. You know what?
Well, you...
I'm on this.
That's you?
I'm on this plane.
So we went
You're on
over,
the- oh,
we
you're
went
over
over there
here.
to try
Okay.
to jump him onto that
so that I can
plane.
move this plane and he could do his thing. But if I'm
Yeah.
stuck on this plane,
So he failed the jump.
So you were trying. So you were on this. Okay, I think I understand.
So we were over here.
We were trying to
moved
split
2
up.
spaces, and we said we're gonna have him jump to this plane. So
Okay.
he tried to jump and he rolled low, and so does he still have an action left?
I
And-
will. I have a suggestion which you can take or not, which is if you want to spend your owl's assist action, you could get advantage on that roll.
I already
He did have
I already
advantage.
had advantage.
Okay, then that's where you are.
So where would you like to go?
Does he have an action left
I mean, that's just movement, right?
from
To
the
jump?
Yeah.
failed jump?
Yeah.
Okay. So would you like to?
I would like to slash those guys out of the sky.
We could hit these
Yeah,
guys.
but we gotta like move past them.
Yeah, we can do that for sure. So
Sweet.
we'll just move over here
So
so that
really
we're next to
pissed.
these guys.
About not being able to jump. I'm going to go reckless.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And recklessly
In-
swat a
in
douche.
In my
You
frenzy.
you can lean out from the wing and take a melee attack.
In my
These guys
frenzied,
take
reckless
25.
rage,
Yes.
I would like to take one swing on the guy on the left.
Okay.
15, 6, so that's, I believe it's plus 7. So
Your first roll is a 15. You're
yeah,
gonna hit.
so that is, yeah, plus 7, so that's 22.
Hits.
Actually, let's look at the other dice now.
It's time. It's time for some dice.
That's 7 points of damage,
Okay.
slashing. And then I will use my bonus action with my frenzy to do the same.
On the same guy or the other guy?
Same guy. It
Same.
was the guy still alive, right?
Yes.
Yeah, same guy.
Even though he took 5 points of damage from magnified gravity.
So that is 19 to hit,
Hits.
and that does 7 points of damage again.
That was
Slashing.
7 and 7. Did I get that
Yep.
right? Okay.
2 sevens. Alright, still up.
Yes. You catch him with the edge of your sword, and he has to pull up to maneuver away from getting run through. You can see that you've left like a big cut in his leather jacket, but he is still
Any way I can get these both in a line?
both in a line.
They're in the line right now.
Yeah.
I'm saying, is there any way I can hit them both in a line?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
You can
But
essentially
use your action, your bonus
lean
action.
out
And 2 actions.
the back
Oh, extra attack.
of the
Qualifies as
plane,
an attack.
Yeah.
and have them in a line.
Okay, I'm gonna lean out and just go and just shoot a beam of fire out at them.
Okay. Tell me what
so
happens.
that's, so as basically the lava boils up in my mouth and just shoots out, I believe they make a dex save.
Okay.
Just double check. Pretty sure it's a dex save. Oh.
It is a dex
Dex
save.
Uh,
And the DC is 8 plus your con mod.
So 8 plus my,
proficiency
so that would
bonus.
be 11 plus 3, I think it's 14.
But you can't do that as an extra attack.
Why not?
It's because you use your action, not as an attack.
So then I would reverse that, I guess, and use the breath as my first action, and then use
But
the swing.
extra attack is dependent on you having attack.
Oh, extra attack requires an attack first?
Yeah.
Oh, then I'll just slash him then.
Okay.
Why not? And that misses. It's 2 3s.
Okay.
Don't worry, he's about to die. All right, so I'm gonna. we're good with his stuff?
Yes.
Alright, so I'm going to bonus action cast Dragon's Breath on Petunia.
Okay.
So our plane is going to turn into something that shoots 15-foot cones.
Great.
And it's going to be cold damage, because that's my fave.
Okay.
And she's still on the plane. I mean, she can step off the plane and shoot and then go back or whatever. But basically, we're going to shoot a 15-foot cold cone that hits both these guys.
Okay.
Hopefully, taking out the person that he just tenderized. So it's a DC 15 Dex save.
Dex save. Okay. You've got the the save and one failure. The one on the closer to the couch is the failure, and the one closer to me is the save.
You will not believe what I just rolled for my damage dice.
Beautiful, beautiful.
3 ones.
Okay.
So it's 3 for the failure and 1 for the pass. That is the worst that could happen. The only plus side to it is that I can. Go ahead.
What's the plus side?
The plus side is that I can still use a cantrip on my turn.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it's a bonus action to cast it on Petunia. Petunia blows the fire on her turn, or the cold, and
they are well equipped against the cold mists of the upper air.
oh yeah, does the damage not do as much as I think it would?
No, it does. It's just I'm explaining
the reason
three.
that we rolled 3 ones.
Yeah.
So the guy did the guy that took all the damage, did he take 3 as well?
Did he succeed?
No, I think he was the one who took 1. He succeeded.
It'd be a fun retcon here to do Mind Sliver on him so that he has subtract from his next save, but we're not going to do that. All right, so the dude that he's been beating up, we're gonna toll the dead on him.
Okay, do it.
So Wisdom save DC 15.
Roll that d20 for me, please.
This morning I woke up and I saw that he rolled a 7.
Okay. He fails. How much does he take?
He's gonna take a good little bit of damage here. You softened him up for me, bro. He's gonna take 20 damage from Toll the Dead.
His head jerks backwards, his limbs go limp, and as he lets go of the controls of his rocket pack, it's still flying, but he falls out of sight.
You could grab that rocket pack. So yeah, my owl blows a cone of snowy cold over these 2 flying rocket men, and then invisible bells appear around this one dude, and his head fucking pops. He falls out of his jetpack.
He gets maneuvers to avoid the worst slashes of your sword, thinking he's escaped, but out of position, just so that when he finally gets back, he locks eyes with Pliny, and his world goes dark with a bell.
Since he is technically leaving my melee range, and I still have a reaction, can I use it to try to grab him before he flies away?
Yes, make a strength check.
You want him or you want the jetpack?
Well, I want the jetpack, but it's attached to him, I assume.
He said he fell out of it, right?
I want the jetpack.
No, it's still he fell out of the sky. But yes.
12, 13. You said strength?
Yes.
So that should be 17.
Yeah, you've got a hold of him.
Okay. Sweet.
It's difficult to because the jetpack is still on, but you have for the moment a hold of him.
And his brains are splattered all over you.
Cool.
That's
I'm just gonna start. My demeanor is completely changed now.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
We come to the
We released the
unfortunate episode of carnage inside the cargo plane as our next stop. Lago, would you like to go first,
That's
or
you,
would
Tio.
you like to let Lucille go?
I'll let Lucille go first.
All right, Lucille, it's you. What's happening is you've got a trio of, sort of in our little side area here, you've got a trio of grapplers trying to face down Lago, one of which has tagged him with a harpoon, and you are wrestling with a sort of pathetically ineffective rocket man who's trying and failing to push you out of the plane. What would you like to do?
Can I punch him in the head?
Yes.
Okay.
Roll an attack.
You're still large.
Yeah, so it would be pretty strong.
Yeah. Your fists. I guess your fists would be large, arguably.
Has
They're
bardic
weapons.
inspiration too. And
Yeah.
I'm
Actually,
not-
I think I'll just cut him with my scimitar.
Okay.
I'll
Are you
just-
going to attack normal or reckless?
Reckless. So do I roll 2 of these?
Yes.
12.
Plus
Do you add anything?
the thing in the middle. Every time you roll the hit,
Oh
you
yeah,
add
plus
that.
6.
That hits.
Nice.
So now you're going to roll damage. You're going to roll 2 d6s and 1 d4 as the giant hippo tries to crush a dude with a giant scimitar in a cargo plane, flying hundreds, thousands of feet in the air.
Alright, so 6 and 3.
Inside a torus-shaped planet sky. What?
I got 6 and 3, and then 3.
And another 3. So that's 12 plus.
Oh yeah. For the scimitar? Or
See, whenever you're raging, you've got raging is plus 5, right? So 12 plus 5, 17 damage with your main hand, with your scimitar.
17. He is still standing, but you have him nearly at your mercy. One more such hit, if you can land it, will put him out of commission.
Alright.
And it just so happens that you have an offhand
Yeah.
attack.
Yep, I'm gonna do that. So do I roll these again?
I think it's only 1 this time.
Are you multi-class?
What?
Because you've got.
Yeah.
You've got.
But do your offhand attack first.
Is that
Yeah,
why he
6.
No,
he
we
only
just-
has 1 attack?
We just forgot. So it's a 6 plus 6 is a 12. 12 doesn't hit.
Correct.
You've
Yes,
got an
sir.
extra attack, so you got another
I'll do it
attack you
again.
can use.
It's got bardic inspiration too.
15. Plus 6, 21.
We'll remember.
Yes.
And you've got bardic inspiration.
It's a D8.
Oh,
How much
And
damage?
since I'm a creation bard, it's gonna have an effect after he uses it.
Cool.
well, we don't know, but
All right.
I did 20
so
more damage.
your
Oh, yeah, that's pretty hard
your
to do.
follow-up
Yeah.
hit, we can forgo the dice because he was very, very low on hit points, is sufficient to leave this man limp and broken.
A limp and broken man, crushed by a giant hippo with a giant scimitar high in the sky. But 2 more
I'm still restrained, right?
remain.
Yes, you are restrained. You can the sort of the harpoon is lodged in your equipment, and when you try to move, you can feel its points pricking against you. You can attempt to get out of it, or you can do the thing that the harpoon allows you to do, which is move closer to the guy who harpooned you.
I'm just a bard. I don't think I want to be that close. I'll try to unharpoon myself.
Okay, you may make your choice of acrobatics or athletics to escape.
Okay. This is going to be. Oh, they're both plus 3. I'll say athletics, I guess.
Okay.
That is a 15
With the plus 3?
with the plus 3.
Close enough to with the 3. Yes, that is enough to escape. As you tear it free, you take 5 slashing damage as it whips about, but you are now free, and you still have a move action and a bonus action if you choose to take one.
Okay. I'm going to move behind Lucille if I can. And then I'm
Okay,
going
you can
to.
move to the back of the plane, yeah.
And do I still have an action?
No, it's your action to escape.
Okay.
So with your action, you're able to break free from the grappling, and we'll throw into that evade the people sort of surrounding you.
Okay. Then I think that'll be my turn. I think, yeah, that's it.
Okay. Leaving us calicoos. You are partially, what did I call it? The dazed. So
Dazed.
you have one action of your choice.
So like because there's like key things that I like key actions, but they require that I.
If they're free
Attack?
actions, you can still take them.
Okay, but I can do it if it required like a hit.
If
first, or-
it's like a hit and then a bonus action, then you can only do like one thing.
Uh-huh.
You can still take free actions.
Oh, okay. Oh.
So if it's, for example, like if it's like when you hit as a free action, such and such happens, you still get the free action.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I think because I have a thing where I can spend a key point to do extra hit.
Yeah, as
for
long as
each.
it's a free action or no action, you can still do it.
Okay.
The main difficulty to set up the scene is you're not in melee range, so you can either try to move towards him,
Mm-hmm.
and that would be your turn, or try to attack him from a distance, and that would be your turn.
Okay. At a disadvantage, I guess, or.
It depends on what you're trying to do. The dazed doesn't give you disadvantage. It just makes it so you can't do many things.
Okay. Oh, but being at a distance though, if I was trying to attack,
If you were trying to
'cause
attack,
I'm more
like
than 5 feet away.
yeah, so you're attacking. Depending on if you're using a ranged weapon, then it would not be a disadvantage.
Right.
If you're just throwing an improvised weapon, then that is a disadvantage. Or maybe just without proficiency.
Throwing.
What?
Can I? Okay. I'm just gonna try to move up to him
Okay.
and get in front of him.
All right. You try to
In the cockpit.
power through your daze, so you can take your move action. Try another athletics or acrobatics check to try to maneuver to the cockpit.
A 24 with
Yeah.
thing. So.
Yes, you make it up there.
So I want to get in front of him.
Oh,
Or
okay.
sort of like to
Yes,
yeah.
I get it. You're sort of like
Yeah.
he's trying to peer ahead of him, and you're the one who's sitting there.
Yeah.
Okay, great. That is where you are.
Sky pirates,
Sky
Should've listened to you.
buccaneers, wing walking. What did you do?
I got up in front of him, so I'm like straddling him in the cockpit.
So with your you can only take an action thing. Like you used your action to overcome the annoyance of the plane to get up on him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sweet. And now you're straddling him.
And yes.
Very good. Perhaps blocking his vision.
Yeah. Subjecting him to my smells.
Your pilot takes last second evasive action to not hit this sky boulder. So you don't hit it, but you are in a sort of a dangerous bank.
Okay. Oh. Oh. We're in a dangerous bank.
Oh,
So
you and I are?
not like Chase, like Bank of America.
Got it.
Yeah.
Pod of whales comes into view.
Yeah, the pilot is avoiding this rock, so they're dangerously banking. And now there's a pod of sky whales. What do you think about this pod of sky whales, dog? Are they making whale noises?
Yes.
Did we hear
Does
through
it
the sky?
sound like whale noises, or is it just...
Ooh. Ooh.
But yes, I would imagine the acoustics are different, given the properties of medium, air versus water, but recognizable for their melodiousness.
Just like falsetto whales.
Let's see if it's because helium makes you sound squeakier. I'm not going to try and
Sound
figure it
actually
out.
moves faster through water than it does through air.
Yes, that makes sense.
And further.
All right. You've got that jet This guy barrel rolls out of the way so he doesn't get hit by this boulder. And he's going to try to return to his mothership. Sending a blaster bolt at Lucille. Lucille, roll his attack for me, please. D20.
Sky whales. Pliny gets really excited when he sees sky whales. And
Oh no.
you're in the plane with him, so you hear him say, I want to ride the sky
What
whale.
did you roll?
I want to eat them.
You are so big.
9.
9. And what's your AC?
What's your AC? It's in the ship.
16.
Pretty good for a barb. Whales. Guns. Whales.
That hits, and you take 15 damage.
But it's half to 7 because you raging. You a raging hippo crushing rocket people.
The harpoonists, now that
Wait,
Mago-
so I just got 7 damage?
Yes.
That's a real plane.
Mago has taken refuge behind you, and the harpoonists turn all their attention on you. I will
Nice.
take.
I don't know why.
Heaven forbid they pay attention to a 16-foot tall hippo with giant scimitars that's crushing people.
Within their own plane.
I'm only 4'2", so
And like right in front of it, it's
That
like a
was
guy
really
with a
threatening, I guess.
Then right in front of them, it's like a crumbled up man with like a rocket pack on his body, just like,
Yeah. Just waiting for you to steal his teeth and put them on your necklace. The turtle has that racial ability to get inside his shell.
One of them. So there's a couple things that happen in sequence. One of them tries to launch a harpoon at you. I need a D20 roll for this harpoon attack on the seal.
you did 8.
8. That is not enough to hit. That will follow up with a.
There's so much happening in the
One of
music
them
right now.
loads a
3 different songs.
special harpoon into his harpoon launcher, and will attack with that. And everyone in the back of the plane can make a DC 15 dex save.
So that's the turtle.
As this explosive charge on this bolt explodes.
Whoa.
it's
So-
a dex save.
Dex save.
This dude's blowing up a bomb on them.
Yep.
An explosive charge on a bolt that he shoots at them.
He's
Make a dex save.
a desperate guy.
You probably get advantage on dex saves that
You do.
on things that you can see.
I have a 17.
You're gonna
That passes.
roll 2 d20s and add 3 to the highest number.
Ooh, 19.
Yeah, you're good. So this dude's shooting a bomb at you,
Okay, so
but you're all like,
you both made successful saves. So you take 8 fire damage.
I do?
Yes, that is that.
but it's halved to 4 because you're a totem barbarian.
First of all,
Did we
one-
both take that fire damage or just him?
both.
Okay.
That is the damage you make after managing to duck out of the way of the worst of the blast. And finally, one will
23.
try to use, seeing the lack of success of the harpoons, one tries to use his sidearm on Lucille.
Trying to pistol you.
Yep.
But is that person right up next to her?
Wait,
No.
do I have to roll?
Yes, roll a d20 as this person attacks you.
This person's attacking you. What'd they roll?
Crit.
Can I see this person shooting at her?
I
Do
think.
I feel
I
nice?
think.
I don't feel very
No.
nice. I don't feel like using
This
a
is like my
silver bar.
3rd crit today.
This one you're actually gonna take.
Or my 4th.
What's the damage die?
Damage. He's going
But you're a giant hippo. This is your job. If I got hit by one of these hits, I'd be dead. You could take all the hits with your totem barbarian hippo body.
But I'm at like 31 health.
That's
Pretty damn good.
that's more than my maximum HP.
You take 25 damage.
Yeah.
Divided by 2, 12.
How long
Cause
does
you
the rage-
raging.
How does the rage just last?
Lasts a minute or until you don't get hit or don't attack.
Last 10 rounds.
Oh, okay.
Or don't take Don't take
And-
damage.
Unfortunately,
I think it's just you
Say I
have
was
to get attacked, right? I think it's
You
the
take
attack.
damage.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
the plane continues to
How much
list.
health did I lose? How much health did I lose?
But you're not gonna get hit without taking damage.
As the pilot
You lost
struggles
12 more.
Yeah, I'm at 19 now.
Alright. You'll be okay.
struggles to get out of the path of the
I
storm.
should try to heal myself some.
We're just gonna keep remembering that you have extra attack.
Can I try to talk to the whales? If I have a
They're all
chance?
right over there. You just gotta kill these people that are on this plane.
The pilot.
And then you can do anything.
You can see the sort of the after he took his lightning shot at you, you can see it ejected a huge cartridge of fluff into the sky. Smoke is coming out of the barrel. And he shoves it back down into his cockpit and pulls out
Oh crap.
like a derringer. Tries to take a shot at you. Pew, pew. 2 shots with disadvantage against you. The
While
diff-
I'm right in front, like point
Oh,
blank.
you're right. You're
Yeah.
right. At
That's
point
why he's
blank.
got disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
He rolled a 7 and an 8.
7 and an 8.
Thank you.
What's your AC?
What's your AC?
Oh yeah, it's
Let's see here.
17.
17 AC.
Both hit.
Whoa, he's got a plus 10 to hit.
Does.
I'm dead.
You're alright. You'll be fine.
Yeah, as long as it's
All you
not-
gotta do is get
it's not
1.
22 damage.
Level 10
You just
air
gotta get
pilots.
lucky.
Hmm.
Maybe just ask me to roll for you. I keep getting crits out.
Yeah.
You take a total from both hits of 28 damage.
Oh, Jesus.
I am dead. I'm down.
You went below 0?
Yeah.
Okay, as you drop to 0 hit points, you do not lose consciousness. You start to lose. You take the blast from this man's derringer, pummels your body, and instead of losing consciousness, you will maintain consciousness. You're still at 0 hit points, but and you will still keep going. You will, however, roll a d4, and you will take that many levels of exhaustion as you fight off unconsciousness.
Two.
Take 2 levels of
Is that-
exhaustion.
D&D,
Is that for-
1 D&D
yeah.
exhaustion or D&D 5e exhaustion? 1 D&D exhaustion is so much better than D&D 5e exhaustion.
I haven't checked those rules yet.
It's like there are 10 levels and each one is a minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 to your rolls and your AC.
Oh, I hate that.
It's a lot nicer than the current
I
levels
played
of
a
exhaustion.
tree bang that had a similar set of rules, and it didn't feel nice when you were dealing with stuff like that.
So with 2 levels of exhaustion, you have disadvantage on ability checks, and your speed is halved.
Which barely affects you.
Okay.
So you're still good as long as you don't get
Okay.
1 more level of exhaustion.
Or
You
if I
can
don't.
still take this plane out of the air on your turn.
All right.
Then you're gonna have to fucking not die, but you've got ways of not dying.
I'm not dying.
I'm specifically trying to not tell him what to do, but I have all these thoughts in my mind of what I would do.
I'm sorry, remind me of the character's name?
Salos.
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 Pliny and Salos. Return to you.
I wanna let's see
Before I
what's
do anything, I'm gonna just take this jetpack and try to shake the guy out of it. Does that work?
He's strapped in.
but he is dead.
Like, is it gonna take like an action for me to remove? Like,
Yeah, he's buckled in. I think that shaking is unlikely to be successful.
Okay.
So the approach that would make sense is imagine you've got a limp man strapped into the jetpack, and the jetpack is still on. And you can decide what actions you think make sense.
I'm just gonna like hold him in your direction, just jetpack like this, dead man like hanging from it, and just see if you want it.
If I want it, I'm really small. Maybe just put him on the ground next to me.
I mean,
Or if I want the
jetpack's
jetpack?
still going, so I'm seeing if you want to remove the dead guy and take the jetpack.
Oh,
Or should I let go and let it fly?
I think you should have the jetpack.
I don't know if I'm in the right mind to control this thing properly.
Well, you're the one with the melee weapon who needs to be next to things.
Okay, I will very angrily try to open this buckle.
Okay.
Wait,
Um,
shouldn't you be able to see things all around the place?
yeah, this is a fairly low DC intelligence check.
Okay.
You can basically, if you succeed,
15 plus or minus, I don't remember.
you're able to find the toggle that throttles down the jetpack to idle, unbuckle the man, let him go into the wind if you want,
Maybe I'll take a bite and then let him go.
and put, if you want to, put on the jetpack, and that can all be your action.
Okay.
Or you can let the jetpack go or do something else.
No, I'll use that as my action. Wait, hold on, let me double check the wording of this.
I'll let your rage keep going. Let's say you get burned for a point of damage.
Did I not get attack last round?
I don't know, did you?
I thought I did.
This turn.
Not this turn, but last round.
He's saying
Since
if
my
you're
last
not.
round.
He's saying you're not going to make an attack this round.
Oh, I
so-
am. That's why I'm checking the wording of this.
Well, if
Very
you use your
difficult.
action, you're not going to be able to make an attack.
But I don't want you to forego this thing.
No, I can
So
I
you
can
could
I
just
can use a
let-
bonus action to attack.
Only if you make the attack action.
It doesn't say
So,
that. It doesn't say
yes,
that in
it
Path of Frenzy.
definitely does.
I-
It's fine. We can go over it later, but your rage can keep going. I don't want to take your
If
rage away
if
from
he's able to attack with a bonus action, then he still has a bonus action that he can attack with.
Yeah, it says that
If he uses
for
action,
Frenzy, Path of the Berserker, it doesn't say I have to use an action to attack. It just says I can use a bonus action to attack. I mean, unless there's expanded rules, is what it says here.
Okay,
Let me see.
I
Where is it?
will trust in your knowledge as a barbarian's rules. We'll go with that.
As a bonus action, yeah.
I don't need to litigate it.
So
we'll go with that.
he can attack as a bonus action. So
Great.
if you're saying he uses action to get the pack, then he's still got a bonus action
Yeah,
that he
I-
can attack
I
with.
can't use my
Yeah.
extra attack because I didn't use an attack action.
Okay, that
But-
sounds good.
So I'm going to jet. How does the jetpack work? It's the same as the plane?
It's yeah, basically.
Okay, so then this guy's jetpacking.
That guy's jetpacking,
Are
and
these-
then there's people on the plane.
Yes.
Are these guys?
They're on the plane. They're
Yeah,
in the
the
these
plane's
are
over
these
here.
are all these guys
Okay,
are
they
all on the
moved over
plane,
with
so
that.
we'll
Got it.
we'll put them off in
It's
their
a
own
zoomed in.
thing
Got it,
going
got it,
on.
just making sure.
Things a little more like this.
Okay, so what I wanted to do, I can't do because there's a lot to do with the way. So I'm just gonna kind of. That should work, right? So
Yeah.
like
you
above
can-
this
you
guy.
can- You can fly. Yeah, you can fly over them. Or,
Okay, and then I'm just gonna take an attack action to swing down on him.
Great.
Where did my d20 go? It's over here. 17, 19 plus
Hits.
4. 7 plus 4, that is 11 points of damage. Oh, plus 2, so 13 points of damage.
Where is
On the rocket
everybody?
guy.
Yes,
Yeah,
the
that-
rocket guy. This rocket guy. I'm going to move you a little bit because this rocket guy is over on this side of the plane.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just gonna go attack him wherever he is.
Yep.
Okay, that hits, and you said 7,
It's 13 points of damage.
13. You strike a gash in his rocket pack that starts to sputter flame, and he is having trouble controlling his flight.
Cool. That's my turn.
So, so just to understand, we were like dangerously banking out of the way of this rock,
Yes.
but otherwise we're pretty close to the cargo ship.
Yeah, you are. Whatever maneuver you do during this turn, the like if you do anything other than just like level out and regain control,
anything fancy that you ask the pilot to do will be at disadvantage because you just did a
Okay.
sort of last second
So-
reaction.
I'll have him do that, like level out, get back to where we are, right?
Okay, you can, basically
And,
come over here, right? Because these
and-
represent the wings.
So I'm happy to use my action, and I'm happy to sacrifice my action to make the following idea happen.
Let's hear it.
I want Petunia to fly over to the cargo thing,
Yeah.
peek in some kind of hole or window that's been blasted or shot, and blow her cone over the 3 remaining people that are inside the airplane.
Yes, she can do that.
So normally that would be her action, and I would still have an action, but I will forego my action just to help her figure out how to get in that position where she can blow her fucking cone through a hole in the side of the plane.
Under your direction, that can happen.
So she'll find a little hole that somebody has shot in the wall of the plane with their energy pistols that have been blowing everybody up. And a fountain of cold will spew through, hitting the 3 people that have been attacking you two. It's pretty hard not to hit a GIF, but GIF would have advantage on the deck save of something that she can see.
You can find an angle because the 2 of them are in sort of they've been sort of have placed themselves in the back of the plane. You can find an angle that does not hit.
Do you want me to roll their 3 deck saves?
Please do.
We've got a nat 20, a 2, and a 2.
Okay, so 1 success and 2 failures.
And so the success will take half damage.
Okay.
And so this cone of cold bursts into the plane around you guys. You're like, where is this coming from? And it's 13 damage to the failures and 6 damage to the passer.
Okay, noted.
And Petunia will fly back over to me and hang out on the plane after blowing that cold through the thing.
Okay.
Set the scene.
Yeah, well, he's about to mess with the plane
Lucille
too.
and Lago.
I am going to go into my shell as an action. I have 6 health, so. And I don't think I can do anything else until I use a bonus action to come out of it. So
Okay.
my AC goes up by 2, but otherwise.
Do you have healing word?
I do have healing word.
You could use bonus action healing word before you use your action to go into the shell.
That would get rid of enlarge reduce though, wouldn't it?
Nope, not concentration.
so you can-
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I'll do that.
Will that heal me?
What is healing word?
He might heal
It's
himself, but
D4s?
because he's only got 6 hit points, and you've got resistance to all damage except for psychic. But healing is good one way or another.
It's gonna
You know
suck
what,
when
I'll
I
do
encounter a
mass
psychic
healing
person.
word.
Or it's like a gun. You
And
never know with these guys.
who all could I get in this? It would be me, Lucille, maybe Petunia. Would any of the others be within 60 feet?
You have mass healing word?
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
we're all within
shit.
60 feet.
Yeah. So is it line of sight or
I don't
just
need
anybody?
any.
Uh,
Do you have taken damage?
Oh, I've taken 17 points of damage.
Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, if
So,
Portal
yeah,
can see
you can get everything.
him out the window,
Okay.
then you can hit those 3. You don't need to hit me.
and it's
Not me, though,
1d4
right?
plus-
Yeah, you're
I'm like
so
far away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
we're
all
way
the
up.
way up
we
here.
have no idea how far away you are.
Yeah,
You're just like dragging on. You're fighting for your life.
I have
right
no
now.
idea what's going on with you guys.
Have we seen the triplane since it disappeared with him?
No,
Oh, okay.
it's been a couple rounds.
Yeah, it's just been hiding in the clouds this whole time.
Yeah.
Got it.
While they've been fighting.
That's-
Maybe you heard like
Yeah.
like
Yeah, you can occasionally hear the distant. You can't tell where it's coming
Right.
from, but
You
you
hear the
echo
faint
from.
screams of
And that's 6 points of healing to everyone within 60 feet.
Nice.
Mark it down. You start to cast your healing spell and finish up, and the very cold
to 6.
Six.
harpoonists go. They look very disappointed.
This is good.
That's exactly what's happening right now.
Yeah.
This is what he's seeing right now.
Yeah.
Just this.
Yeah, there's zeppelins and planes. I should put it on the TV, but it'll distract us.
It definitely will.
Yeah, and it's already distracting me. This looks awesome.
All right.
All we need is a sound effect.
Lucille, you've been, you feel energized from the healing word.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna go after the first guy. Wait, I'm still in a rage, right?
Yep.
Perfect. I'm gonna go after the first guy with a reckless scimitar attack.
Proceed.
17.
Yep.
Nice.
Roll these two and that one for your giant scimitar damage. And then you're going to add 5 to it.
Wait, do I just
9.
determine which one's the highest, or do I add them?
It's the one that's on top. So that's 9
Okay.
plus
Plus
5.
5. So that is 14.
14 damage on the first hit.
Slain.
Slain.
I got the first guy.
Yep.
Can I do it? Can I try to find it?
Now you got a bonus action offhand hit and an extra attack. So lay into somebody else.
Got it. Okay.
Is reckless attack only for your first
18.
hit?
It's all,
Yeah.
All of them? Sweet.
No. Yeah, 18.
Roll your damage. Yep.
4.
4 plus 1 plus 1. 6 plus 5. Plus just your rage damage, so
2.
plus 2. So 8.
Slain.
Nice.
Slay the second one.
Can I
Lay,
try-
lay him down. You got one more attack left, normal attack. You want
Alright.
to crush the third dude with your scimitar
Yes.
and drink his blood and bathe in it.
19.
Hits.
Wait.
19 to hit.
Yes.
Good. So you're gonna roll your 2 plus 1 things. You're gonna add 5 to what you get.
So 5, 10. So do I do this one? I don't know.
It's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's, on the pyramid, it's always the top one, and then it's plus 5.
Oh, okay.
So 14 damage on the extra attack to the third person.
Bloodied in a whirlwind of scimitars, you dispatch 2 and knock some second thoughts into the third one.
He's looking very screwed up by the 16-foot tall hippo with the massive giant scimitar, squishing him in a plane.
All right, nice.
I think that's you two's turns.
Calcus.
All right.
Calicoos, do your thing, man. Make
Back
it
to
so.
the scary stuff.
So, I'm confused as like my like Calicuz is confused that I didn't pass out, but I kind of like it. Like I'm like, this is awesome. Really, like, 'cause, and so I just like go into this state of like just attack. So I'm going to
Do it.
go
He's
ahead.
right there in the cockpit ahead of you.
Yeah. So, and I'm like face to face with him. So, let's see. So that's it.
14.
Plus.
Yeah. So 18 plus 6, or plus 5.
Oh,
So
hit? Yeah, that hits.
and a 14 plus 5.
Yeah, both of those hit.
Okay.
Use this.
So that'll be. Okay, so one of them will be a 8 damage, and the other one will be a 6.
Okay, 14 total. Got it.
And
And then I'm gonna. And he's still alive. I
Yes.
take it, so I'm gonna keep attacking
now there's something
again.
that would be really fun to do to him on that hit.
Um.
That I really want you to do.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. I'm assuming that I don't take him out, but.
Correct.
So
Okay. All right. I'm gonna stunning strike him.
yes.
Okay.
And
so I've been avoiding saying.
so he's got to do a
for like
DC
half an hour.
16 con save, but I have to hit him in order to do that.
Right, you hit him.
Yeah. So
So con save.
Okay, roll for me.
okay,
Roll a d20.
that's an 8. So
And DC was
16.
16? He passes.
Okay. You owe me a key
You'd have
point.
plus 8.
What?
At least
All right,
plus
so
8.
I'm gonna do a bonus attack.
Okay, proceed.
What are these things that were like?
That's a nat 20.
Oh, great. Damn.
So,
You just critted him though.
Crit.
so
You rolled double damage dice.
oh, you're double damage. Okay, so that's a 5 and a 5, and that would
And then
be
add your mod, yeah.
to both of those. Do
You had your normal, like whatever your +3 or +4 at the end is, that stays the same, and then
Okay.
you have the dice or the damage for both dice.
okay, so it's 5, 5 plus 2, so 10.
Okay.
And you can try to stunning strike him again if you want.
Leave a bruise of the
How does he
corner of
look?
his mouth. He is he has been reacting to your blows with the confidence and competence of a experienced warrior, turning what would be blows that would fell other people into glancing blows that are eating into his stamina and resolve, but have not yet brought him dangerously low.
Okay, so I'm gonna stunning strike attempt him again. for
Okay, roll
DC
another
16.
d20 for a save.
9.
9, he
Yeah.
passes.
All right, and then
Good try.
I'm going to Fury of Blows him and unleash another 2 attacks on him.
2 unarmed strikes
Unarmed
is a bonus
strikes.
action with flurry of blows. Key point.
Okay. I
Or-
think maybe one more, because I think you've attacked 3 times already.
So he's had 2
Uh,
attacks, which it's his action to attack, and then his
Yeah.
extra attack, and now he's using his bonus action, his bonus action to use Fury of Blows, which gives you 2 unarmed strikes as
Okay.
a bonus action.
Okay, I lost track. Please proceed.
Okay.
And theoretically, you could try to stunning strike him again, but he'd have to roll lower than a 8 to
Yeah.
at least lower than an 8 to fail,
Okay.
depending on how many key points you have.
Yeah, I think. All right.
If I could see you, I could help with silvery barbs, but you're way up in the
Have we
clouds.
confirmed what these things are that we're fighting?
Oh, they're humanoids. They're humans or half orcs or tieflings.
Okay.
It appears to be a motley crew of mercenaries.
Got it. So while this one might be good at con, one of the other ones is good at dex. Okay.
All right, so one of those is 24, and the other is 9.
I was like, I gotta figure out what
Okay,
race
so
can
24 hits.
succeed
Okay.
every roll.
They're just very, very
That's
powerful.
Yeah.
a 9 damage.
9 damage. Got it.
I guess we have to imagine it's like we're fighting the Red Baron, like the dude.
Yeah, we're in over our deaths.
And actually, I mean, he's probably just going to take me completely out if I don't try to stun him,
Yeah.
right? So,
Just hope for a low roll.
yeah. All right, I'm going to try
One.
Okay.
another
Roll a d12.
third try. 10.
You've been giving him a hard time.
Yeah.
He's struggling in the cockpit to ward off your blows at the same time he flies the plane. It's only the sort of the shaking of the plane and your own grievous wounds that keep you from laying this man out. But you have gone beyond what any warrior in your position could have expected, to keep fighting on, to keep landing blows against this very seasoned opponent. All right. That's your action and bonus actions?
That's
Okay.
Is this the pilot you've been fighting?
Yeah.
The pilot of the triplane.
Triplane.
Right,
Not,
I'm
not
just-
yeah.
This guy's like one hand driving and beating
Yeah.
the crap out of you
Yeah.
at the same time.
I'm like sitting on his lap, just like.
yes. Part of it has been part of
Yeah.
your martial arts
Yeah.
has been like wailing on him at the same time as dodging the pot shots he's taking at you with his pistol. Like in off his turn when he's not like aiming at you, he's still like
What time is it?
Yeah.
Huh?
What time
and
is
you're
it?
avoiding those and landing
3,
blows where you
2,
can.
4.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. You're now, you can see anyone who glances ahead in the distance, a much larger mass
of clouds ahead of you, a deep, dark bank of storm clouds, much like this one, but vast enough to cover the whole horizon. Anyone who's still in a plane, which I guess is it just Pliny? So basically, your pilot will tell you, Pliny, like he says, that's where we're going. That'll get us. If we can make it to the other side of those clouds, we'll have made it to the supply drop. We've just gotta get through that storm.
And
All
I'll
right.
start talking in a 20s accent just to
It says.
have more fun with it.
Yes.
Yeah, let's get through those clouds.
So something. Let's see here. This
If
goes.
we could just make it through those clouds, see? We'll be beyond the thunderheads. You're a big cat fan? I had a 21-year-old that just passed away. I guess you heard about it because we've been playing for a couple months.
Okay, that is.
This is the last remaining cat, so she needs a new friend.
Any excuse to pick up bats.
Yep.
Represents that with. This is the approaching cloud.
Approaching cloud.
Like the vast one, the thunderhead,
Oh
the
my.
storm, the maelstrom that you're flying into.
Yes. And then, of course, there are the whales.
Okay, a lot's happening. You've
It's
only
true.
got one of these guys remaining.
Yep.
He's thinking his choices. You hear Calicoos chatter from the Baron's radio. You can't make out what they're saying on the other line. The Baron swears into it and then pushes the plane into a dive. Going through the clouds again to come out above here and strafe past. Sees what's going on and is going to target your plane, Pliny. Roll me a attack roll, please, Pliny.
Alright.
This targets your plane.
It's a good one. It's a 17.
That hits. That's very good.
But I can see that happening, right?
Correct.
And that's
Yeah.
his attack roll.
Yes.
So silvery barbs on that.
Okay.
It's some, like, you feel your waist or something barbs. Somebody barbs work on offense.
It works on any successful roll. Creature succeeds on attack, ability check, or save.
What did it give a place with?
A 19. It's going to hit either way. So I'm going to give advantage to you, though. So you've got advantage on your next hit.
All right.
Now, is there anything I can do as it strafes by me? Or is it just going to disappear again?
Your reaction was to silver barbs.
Right, but that's me assuming that, you know, I can't take an actual action. Because if I ready a spell, like, and the Baron doesn't come strafing by, then it just wastes the spell. So, I'm just, like, if he's about to show up, shoot at me, and disappear,
Mechanically, what's going on is I've based the Baron on a creature that has a bonus action invisibility. So if you have anything that can counteract invisibility or track something that is invisible, I'm representing it as he's flying off into the clouds, but I would hear an argument for anything that would counteract or track invisibility.
is the invisibility a spell or like a creature feature?
Within the fiction
Oh, I see. In the original stat block, the thing that I sort of based it on is it's a spell. Within the fiction, it's not literally a spell, but I will permit it to interact with whatever you've got as if it was a magical spell.
If it's a spell, I can counterspell it.
Okay.
If he's invisible and I know the general area that he is, I can cast an area of effect spell on the area that he is
Okay.
in. So those are two ways that I would work with invisibility.
Okay. I will note that and think about that when it returns to your turn.
In a third way, since it's flavored going to clouds, could you blow the clouds away to reveal it?
Yeah,
Just check.
that makes sense too.
So anyway, he's swooping and attacking. Silvery Barbs. Plane takes a hit.
Yes. Everyone within 20 feet of the plane
Smells farts.
How many feet is the square?
is 10 feet squares.
This is of the triplane.
Of the biplane that
Oh, okay.
plane is on.
Okay.
Make a DC 17 Constitution check.
Does that mean the guy in the plane too?
Yes, the pilot. Yes.
So that means me?
That means everyone within 20 feet of the plane. So. that
But I'm
means-
in the plane, so.
Yeah. Yes, including the plane. So, you, the pilot, and Salad.
And what?
Salad.
Alright. Well, I failed mine.
Okay, failure of a
Yeah.
DC 17 Constitution takes 13 thunder damage.
Okay.
We also roll a save for the pilot.
Okay. 20.
Natural 20.
That's lucky.
Tell
Okay.
me that Petunia doesn't need to make a save because she flew out of the way as this plane's getting closer to shoot at us and stuff.
What normally happens when she's caught in area of effect stuff?
She would react like a normal person would, but being as she can see it getting closer, maybe she'd get out of the way.
have her make a
Speaking of-
save. You
They're gonna
can
make
say a wisdom save to
Yeah, pass
avoid
my
it
concentration.
if that's higher. Whatever her highest stat is, have her make a save with that stat to.
She does have advantage on wisdom checks relying on sight, so that would be looking and trying to get out of the
Have her
way.
make a wisdom save with advantage.
All right, it's still a 14.
With the modifiers,
Yeah.
then that is a failure.
No more
13 with other
Petunia.
damage.
Any final words for Petunia?
I'll see you in an hour.
Strangely sounds like
Or yeah.
All right, on board the plane, the cargo plane, it will veer to avoid the storm.
do I get an attack of opportunity on that plane?
You do. There's not.
I'll aim for a wing or something.
You are in a jetpack. Yeah. Okay, go for it.
Oh, I have advantage on my next attack though.
Okay.
16 plus 4 is 20?
Yeah, that hits.
I think it's plus 7. Okay. 8 plus 4, I believe. Yes. So 12 plus 2 is 14.
Okay, that's sufficient to damage one of its control surfaces.
Sweet.
Just remember, those two are on it.
They can fly, right? Hippo and a turtle, they'll figure it out.
I got Featherfall. If worst comes to worst.
There you go.
On board, the
What can this last harpoonist do to you? Anything?
Oh, wait, there's a guy hanging out of the plane right now?
Yes.
Can I aim for him then?
The guy is the rocket man. I will move him in a second.
Oh, okay. I thought he was the harpoonist.
So Tio, you want to combat?
I just want to kill this guy now.
You want to kill the third guy?
Just pick him up and eat him. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Giant hippo.
He's dead.
I just watched a video yesterday of a hippo eating a watermelon, just crushing it in its giant mouth. Should do that with the guy's
He
head.
is cornered and will attempt to defend himself with his bayonet. Roll an attack roll against
Can I try to eat him?
Lucille.
The guy rolls a 5.
Okay, his attack is ineffective. He grits his teeth and cowers.
Okay, can I try to eat him now?
On your turn, you may attempt that. The last guy left is this Rocket Man. What is he gonna do? What is the Rocket Man gonna do?
He's gonna die.
It's definitely true.
Wait, is it supposed to be Rocket Man or a little gnome? Which one?
There's both. So you've got, this is the harpoonist who you're
Okay.
beating up, and then coming back from flying
Put
around,
him up here or something.
the Rocket Man
Makes it look like he's
has just landed on the opposite doorway next to you,
So I'm
with-
gonna first try to eat this guy.
with Salus looming behind him. The Rocket Man will attempt to laser gun you. He'll land
So roll a d20.
and make
One.
two weapon attacks against Lucille. So
The
I
fir-
get 2 weapon attacks.
The first was a 1.
The first is 1. Okay, miss.
Second was a 12.
The second one hits. Doing
A million points.
Really got really lucky.
How much did you get healed by that Massey?
I got healed by like 6, so right now I have 25 heal points.
17.
17
Divided by 2.
divided by
So 8.
8. Oh.
Divided by 2, rounded down.
All right, and that will bring us to the top of the turn. We're going to think
Is it my
about
turn now?
how you will go after Pliny and Salos.
And since Salos is no longer on my plane, let's have him go either after or before me.
Yeah.
Sure. The rocks have to move first, right? At the storm?
They move before the adversaries. So they've already been.
Oh, okay. I thought that was already there last time.
I think you should go first.
It's possible I forgot to move it and it disappears behind you.
Didn't want to run into it.
I think you should go first if you want.
It's totally fine. So,
I'm thinking about how to use your shoulder abundance. So you've got a counter spell.
Yeah, I did
and
give you
a barrier
advantage.
of
That's
attack.
good.
yeah, that helped.
Yeah, I think Pliny, your best bet for
What I want to do
mhm,
is somewhere within 120 feet of me,
yeah,
is there a 30 by 30 foot cube of air
mhm.
that I think that he could be in.
I see what you're saying. Within 120 feet, 30 cube.
And with all the sounds that his plane makes and all the things that have been happening, I should probably be able to ascertain that.
I concur. I think that with a successful perception check, that's something you could ascertain.
As long as it's not my action.
No, that would be your interact.
That is not a successful perception check.
Okay. Then it eludes you for now. But now that you've seen him dive a couple times, you have an idea. You're like, okay, I think like if I can, it's possible to catch him. Like at least to know where he is in this area.
Well, I could counterspell his invisibility next time. If it's a spell.
Yeah.
But also, next time I could narrow down where he is better.
What would you like to do with your action?
Well, if I knew where he was, what I want to do is cast Hypnotic Pattern.
Okay. You don't this turn know where he
Can
is.
you hold it until you see him?
That's going to waste a spell slot.
He's been diving down every turn though, right?
There have been a couple turns he hasn't done.
Yeah. He's only strafed twice. The first time he took him, and then he just came back after 2 rounds. So if he and we
So,
don't know.
Do you want to think about it while
Well,
Salos goes, or do you have?
That's
an
what I
idea?
would do if I knew where the guy was.
Well,
So
you
I don't
don't.
know where the guy was,
Right.
where the guy is. So I'm gonna tell the pilot, use
Okay.
your best judgment to avoid all obstacles, and
Yeah.
move us where you think is best to avoid the obstacles.
Okay.
And I'll let him decide where to move us,
Okay.
because there's all of these obstacles in the air now.
Yeah.
There's a storm coming. There's that storm. There's sky whales.
He'll move you here, which will just skirt the edge of that, but get you safe from this point.
Her name is Minx, by the way,
Hi,
cat
Minx.
lovers. So now I'm looking at this cargo plane, and there's a person there's one of those 3 people left is in the cargo plane, and then is there another person somewhere?
So this Rocketeer has returned. So they're now.
So he's outside the plane.
He is hanging out in the sort of the open jump door.
Okay, so that person is in the plane and visible.
Yes.
All right, so that person, I'm gonna toll the dead on that person.
Okay. Save,
So wisdom save.
save for me.
Okay. That's a 3.
Okay.
So that's gonna fail unless they have a plus 12.
You never know.
You never know. You never know. So is that person missing hit points?
Yes.
Alright. Let's blast this fucking rocket. 16 damage.
Okay. He falls out of the plane.
Some bells appear next to this rocket man and start ringing. He's like, oh! He's face first, zooping out of the sky, ready to die. And that'll be our turn. But I'm looking out for that returning motherfucker.
Okay. So.
Do I see any threat of this plane other than the people that have been coming in and out of it? Like, does a plane have bombs attached
The
to it or
plane
something?
itself could be considered a threat. For example, when it swooped by you, it almost like cross-checked you, like a bus would
Oh,
a
I see. I see.
pedestrian.
That would piss me off enough. So I'm gonna jetpack
Yeah,
to the edge of basically hang on to the end of one wing,
yeah.
and I want to use my fire breath to just hit every propeller on the way. Just
Yeah.
it might hit someone in the plane. I don't know the order of where you're standing
that-
inside the plane, but
That's fantastic.
I just want to and just
Yes.
fire through the whole plane.
Do that.
I don't know how that works because it's deck save, but it's an object I'm holding on to, so I don't know how this works.
No, I think they're stationary objects, so they just failed their deck save.
Okay. Let's see how much damage. it is.
95 degrees outside.
Wow.
We're protected.
Okay, what's the damage? 2d6 because I'm only level 5. Three. So that should be 6 damage, divided however you want among the different propellers or whatever.
That is enough to set perhaps some of the cowling on fire, and there's a little bit of smoke and scorching,
Okay.
which as of yet has not compromised their function.
Got it. And then I'm just gonna bonus action attack the nearest propeller.
Okay. Are you sure? You mean propeller? Do you want like the engine?
Yeah, the engine. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
I thought they were one and the same. 14 plus. Let me just double check. Where's my item here? 7, so that's 21 to hit.
Yeah, you find something important in the engine and sufficiently compromise it that it is no longer, that particular prop is no longer powered. It's just
Sweet.
spinning in the slipstream.
And I'm just gonna laugh maniacally.
Now we return to the hungry hippo.
I'm gonna eat this guy now.
Okay.
What do I roll to do that?
An attack roll.
15
This is so hard to read.
15 on the dice or with your modifiers?
on the dice.
Okay, that hits. You can deal biting damage to him. Probably at your size, like a D10.
Which one's a D10?
Scale the biting damage for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is a 16-foot tall hippo attempting to crunch a head.
Almost.
You've got to have some flavor in there somewhere besides brain
That works.
flavors.
You just drop the 0.
Okay. This is kind of confusing. 9?
Yeah.
9?
Yep.
9?
That is bones crunch under your teeth, and for a moment resists, and then stops resisting.
Your mouth fills with the taste of brain.
It's a delicacy.
Sweetbreads, you say, my favorite course.
There are no remaining conscious or living adversaries in the cargo hold.
Maybe the most you could get out of them now is some twitching or something.
Yes.
So just the pilot left there, and then the pilot that he's fighting.
I'll get out of my shell once I hear the bumps crunch, and I'll make my way up to the pilot store.
And I'll try to persuade the controls to work.
I might as well.
I'll play the cockpit a song of
The pilot's still in there, right?
performance.
Presumably the plane is flying.
Okay. I'll try and bonk him on the head. What do I have a quarterstaff.
There's a door.
There's a door? Okay.
There's like a separate, there's a bulkhead.
Can I open the door?
Locked.
Locked. Okay. Let me see. I don't know if I took a knock. No knock. Can I try to jimmy the lock?
Please do.
Okay. That's an 18 on the die.
Oh, that's enough.
Okay.
You're trying to get in the locked cockpit?
Yeah.
He succeeds.
Was it an action to unlock it?
Yes.
Then that's it. I've already come out my shell, and then that's my action.
Okay.
Finally come out your shell.
You have succeeded in opening the cockpit, and a worried pilot and co-pilot look back at you.
This is ours now. It's all up.
They look back at the carnage behind you, and the co-pilot takes off his headset and lays it on the controls and nods.
But does the pilot agree?
The pilot is distracted. One of his engines has just gone out. He's messing with the throttles.
I wonder what
Yeah,
happened.
you might want to
And then this
signal
other
to the
guy's
dragon
nodding
board.
at him.
You might want to signal to the guy flying outside the window to not ruin your plane.
Well, it's a bit too late for that.
Yeah.
I did shoot line of fire through it.
Calicoos. I believe it's your turn.
Did the pilot have? Oh, did the pilot already that I'm fighting already use his turn?
He will go immediately after you.
Okay, but he didn't go.
He
Since
used his turn to
to
attack
dive.
Plenty's plane.
Okay, okay. So does the fact that he's like doing that give me advantage over him, or any kind of advantage over him, since he's like trying to do two things at once?
In short, no.
Does it give him disadvantage on con saves?
It would not.
Okay.
There have been
Guy's a tank.
some abilities which he has not used owing to the distraction you present. He is attempting to multitask with his controls in one hand and a sort of derringer in the other to keep this maniac out of his cockpit.
All right. Well,
He's the
let's
maniac.
let's get slashing then.
Okay.
So I'll do my attack and bonus attack. It's going to be a 14 and 12. So that would be a 19 and a 16.
The 19 hits.
And that is a 3 damage.
Okay. Noted.
And I missed him with my sword, but I'm going to punch again
Okay.
with my bonus attack.
Okay.
Alright. And that is a 10. 6 plus 4.
Miss.
Miss. I don't know what to do.
How many key points you got left?
I got 1 key point.
How many attacks have you used?
I've used all my attacks. Well, I've used my 3.
You used your 2 extra attacks and your bonus attack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your turn.
You done did it.
You still have movement. You can run away off the plane.
Oh, yeah.
I'd stay sitting in a dude's lap.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm going to stay there. How's he looking after that fierce punch I dealt him?
Bruised. Some of his equipment has been torn. His goggles are crooked. He's almost out of bullets.
Okay.
Or laser bullets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did he pass his con save this turn again?
He did not attempt.
I didn't
a
attempt.
strike.
Well, his spirit is broken.
Yeah. I could. I mean, did I already miss my? I suppose I had to do it immediately after the attack.
I am technically yes.
Yeah. All right. Then yeah, I'm gonna.
But non-technically, no.
Okay. The cloud bank is imminent. Your vessel has almost made it. Your space whales sweep by you. Their giant eyes sort of looking at what's going on, making eye contact.
How big are they?
40 feet long.
Do they eat sky krill?
Yes. Cloud of sky krill. This storm sweeps past you. Some of this stuff off. Inside the plane,
would you, Lago, make a wisdom check for the pilots?
That's an 18 on the die, and it's a save. You said, right?
Just a wisdom
For the
check.
pilots.
Oh, okay. Wisdom check
So
is
eight-
21.
18 on the die, great.
I thought it was
One of them
Uh,
seems to be in shock, is just looking back, gripping the steering controls white knuckle. The other is moved to desperate action.
Oh.
He leaps out of his seat, grabs a bag, and attempts to shove past you. Do you wish to take an opportunity attack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kill him.
That's 5 on the die. That's probably like 9 max.
Okay. He evades your blow, and sprints for the door to the plane and leaps out.
The hippo's not in the way?
No, the hippo. So all of that action was happening in the rear of the plane.
Oh, there's multiple doors.
There is a door on each side, and that are sort of a mid-plane.
I was just picturing the cargo door.
And he's exited the pilot's thing, rushed out, and leapt out of the plane.
Which side of the plane?
Let's say odd for port, even for starboard. Odd, so that's port. So your side of the plane.
Close enough for an attack? We already did an opportunity attack this round.
You already did?
I think so.
Then I think that uses your reaction.
Who'd you opportunity attack?
The plane, I believe.
Oh.
Oh wait, no. Then I had my turn, so I guess I have another reaction.
Yeah, he dives out past you and plummets. You can make an attack of opportunity.
Does he have a jetpack or like a parachute?
He appears to have an undeployed parachute.
Cool. I just want to grab him.
Okay.
Eat him.
That's
melt his face
a
off.
9 plus. Is that just straight up strength or is that athletics?
You can athletics.
Okay. 16.
Yeah, you can grab him.
Okay. I just want to grab him by the pack.
Okay. He looks up in surprise and alarm.
A lot of teeth. Just
Oh,
in a
no.
grin.
Yeah. Okay. You have him.
Cool.
The other one is in a state of shock, and the plane starts to drift a little bit, without the remaining pilot paying much attention and all the damage it's accrued. Let's roll to see which direction it drifts. We'll roll a d8, and we'll call 1 is 12 o'clock. Or no, why am I doing d8? Roll d12.
Always forget about the d12.
7 o'clock. Okay, so it kind of actually,
Like this way, right?
yeah, drifts.
Does it hit me?
Yeah, no, but you will have to take evasive action to avoid it. So you can go, say, behind the plane or under it to avoid it, swing.
As close to the pilot's window as I can get.
Okay, so you can sort of go dive under, and then on your turn you can try to come back up. So yes, he jumps out of the plane, and you catch him
and then the plane almost passes over you, and you dive under.
Am I holding the pilot or the co-pilot?
I haven't distinguished between the two.
I was just wondering left or right side of the plane.
Let's say you are holding the pilot. What will turn out to be the pilot.
And he yells out, I spent 12 years in flight school. I love the air.
That's 4 years longer than flying's been invented.
He was prepared.
He was
a good
ready.
resume.
He had a vision and he was following it.
He was falling out of trees.
I knew that theoretically one day we'd take to the air.
This picture is awesome.
Yeah.
This
Oh, yeah, that's good.
guy shooting a rifle down at the other plane.
Human history is so strange.
That's really
This is
cool.
what we used to do.
With bicycle wheels.
Bicycle,
Yeah.
exactly.
Bicycle wheels.
Baron is going to dive and try to shake you off. He's going to completely invert the plane. Even changes in throttle, putting all his energy into shaking you off.
Oh my God, this
Even
music
throwing
is
out a
perfect.
few pot shots to get
Okay.
you to get out of the way.
Can I take a
Remind me-
reaction to-
Remind me whether you were clipped in or not.
I was clipped in when I was approaching him, but I didn't specify if I had clipped in when I got up to him.
Is that something you feel Calicoos would have done if he had the opportunity?
I mean, yeah, because he was, yeah.
He's sitting on the dude's lap.
Okay, so he sees that you're clipped in, and he's going to try to shoot off your clip, which is a sufficiently precise action that you can take an attack of opportunity in that. Or no, is it attack of opportunity? It's just he does it with disadvantage.
Or you increase the AC, depending on your choice.
But a ranged attack was right next to the thing.
Oh yeah, that would be disadvantage.
Right. Okay, so he's completely inverted, trying to shoot off your clip.
It's flying upside down.
We're going to roll this all into one thing. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
And do it with advantage.
That is a 21.
Okay, yeah, you stay on the plane even throughout all its maneuvers. You manage to stay on the plane,
He's a monk.
doing his best to shake you off. And when he flies by again, Pliny, you now have a bead on where you think he is.
Hell yeah. Look, this dude's shooting a pistol at the other guy's plane.
Still in the clouds though, right?
Yeah.
With bicycle wheels.
Yes. Yes, he always zooms by back into the clouds, but Pliny has tracked him to a volume.
I'm gonna fuck this guy up.
Yeah.
So this big
Yeah.
plane,
It's
got like-
fucked too.
I'm picturing a bomber. It's got like windows and stuff in the front.
Yeah,
Okay, just checking.
that is a good way to think of it.
A DC 10.
Oh, this is so, that's so
It's
neat.
really cool, yeah.
Did people
Yeah.
actually do that?
Yeah, yeah, that was actually how they had to fight when they first had planes.
Man,
Um,
shooting pistols at each other.
Plenty and Samus. I don't know which one of you is.
Well, I already know what I want to do.
Me
You
too.
want to know what you want to do?
Yep.
So, and I
Alright.
think they're on different targets, so go ahead.
All right. So I know where he is. I got a 30-foot cube and 120 feet.
Uh-huh.
All right. Is anybody else in that cube besides the occupants of the plane?
No, just the.
He's not like
invisible
flying
one.
next to
Nope.
somebody. All right. DC 15 Wisdom save
Okay, for what?
for hypnotic pattern. I'm gonna fill a 30-foot cube that includes the plane
Okay.
with dancing lights, hypnotic lights
Yeah.
that will make both the Baron and Calicoos be like.
Okay.
And-
if he fails, what happens?
He will be stupefied and unable to make a save unless someone shakes him awake or he takes damage.
So stupefied, is that equivalent to stun?
He will be incapacitated.
Incapacitated. Okay. And if he succeeds, what happens?
Nothing interesting happens.
Okay. Go ahead and roll his wisdom for me, please.
This is what you save your portent for, Jake. Not for that early shit. I'm not looking at that. You want me to roll a big fat die? The big fat die always rolls poorly.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. This is like bad luck, the big die. But we'll try it just for fun.
And Calicu's roll as well.
I got a 15 on this one.
Ooh,
Yes!
natural
Nat
one.
1! Nat 1, baby! The dude rolls a nat 1!
It's bad luck.
I know, this die always rolls badly when you roll it. The guy got a nat 1.
And I got a 12.
It's a wisdom save.
So
You're a
it's
monk.
7. Yeah, 17.
Yeah, so he passes and the guy fails. So there's a 30-foot cube of dancing lights around the airplane, and the Baron sees the lights, and he's just like... And Calicus, as long as you don't damage him or shake him awake,
I can't. Okay.
then
If your ship rattles, you're screwed.
if the only way to get out of it is if he takes damage or if someone uses their action to shake him, and so he's incapacitated
Perhaps I could
for a full minute.
gently jostle him out of his seat and distract him from.
The only other way to break it is to break my concentration.
What's that?
Just very gently cut his throat.
Um,
Yeah.
So that's what I did with my action, and Petunia's dead.
Oh.
So I will tell the pilot to again move the plane where he feels is best to avoid obstacles.
Okay, he's going to attempt to catch you up.
And with it being 4:35, I would say that allowing this to be effective seems
Yes.
optimal.
I concur.
But I'm stoked.
So, for my action,
Yes.
I would like to fly up to the window right in front of the remaining pilot
Yeah.
and use my new improvised weapon to attack the window.
Oh no.
Is that the guy? Oh God.
Recklessly, of course.
Alright, proceed.
That is 7. Well, it's 10 plus whatever I add for my improvised weapon. I've got strength of +3, I think, or strength of +4, and proficiency of +3. But I'm not proficient with people.
Roll what? So what is your? So what did you roll on the die?
10.
And your strength is
4 plus 4.
Okay.
I don't know what the AC of a window is.
Are you letting go of the guy when you like? While you
No.
trying to like throw him through the window? or
No,
just
I'm using him as a flail.
as a flail.
Yeah.
Okay.
I assume it's gonna take a few hits to break this window.
both the man and the window take, I guess. You said you rolled 13. Yeah, roll a d8 and add your strength.
That is 7.
Okay. The windows, you see spiderweb cracks appear on the windscreen, and the man's scream of pain has almost lost to the slipstream. He is still struggling.
How's the pilot reacting inside?
He's actually not looking out the window. His eyes are. I mean, you can see that he is not blinked. He is watching a hippo person eat a man. So he hasn't looked forward
Okay.
in a few seconds.
So this is gonna be surprising as I do my second attack. That's 16 plus 4, so 20, not unnatural 20.
Okay, roll damage again.
That is 6 damage.
Oof. You said it was 8 the first time? I forgot.
I think so.
We'll call it
8 or 7.
Okay. Okay. Noted.
How's the window looking?
It is still intact.
Okay, third attack. That's only an 11.
This one, I mean, he physically
Bonk.
bonks the window. Yeah, that's the way to describe it.
The last one, I'm just like, oh, there's a lot of blood here. Just clean the window a little bit. And then as a free action, I'll just let go.
Oh, that is so brutal.
What are you gonna do?
I let go of him.
Roll a d20.
Okay.
The higher it is, the luckier he is with regards to what he hits after you let go.
I love
of
it.
him.
15.
Okay, so he bonks down the fuselage, but doesn't get chopped up by any of the propellers, and you see his figure disappear behind the plane.
And I'm just gonna like tap on the window trying to get the pilot's attention to look at me. I'm the scary one here.
Okay, make an intimidation check to see if you can get his attention.
Natural 19. Plus
Yeah,
something.
he looks forward at you and sees you like flying by the plane or sitting on it, however you're doing. He is. You can discern that he is in shock. His hands are hanging limply on the controls.
That's effective. That's my turn.
Lots of planes without pilots. It's great.
Yeah.
Without functional pilots.
Lucille and Lago.
Can I try to use mending on the wings?
Typically, mending is a cantrip that takes a minute.
Yeah, never mind.
Do you have any similar spells of higher level that would be more instantaneous?
I've Cure Wounds, but I don't feel like that's really the same thing. Or I have Plant Growth. Can I like hold it together with some plants?
You're thinking. Oh, never mind. You're right. Yeah. Thought you might be thinking of an older edition because you play older editions, but you're right.
No, that's not bad. If I can't, that's fine too.
If you, so the plane is not so damaged that it won't fly.
Okay.
It's taken damage that makes it harder to fly. The main problem is the lack of a cogent person at the controls.
Okay. I'll go up to the co-pilot seat then, or the empty seat, and I'll try to help him fly this thing.
Okay, yeah. Make an intelligence check.
All right. That is a 12.
Well, are you trained in any tools that might be remotely relevant or skills? Or your background?
Let me see. I don't think cook's utensils will help me here. Maybe if it was a real boat, but I don't think I can fly an airplane.
With a 12, you can hold the controls steady. Unfortunately, that is not quite enough to fly the plane, so to speak.
Uh-huh.
You can maybe, like they were doing this thing, and you're like, okay, maybe if I just hold it steady.
Yeah.
The plane is still veering out of control, although perhaps not quite as fast as it was a moment ago.
Okay.
Lucille,
Yep.
do you choose to do anything?
What can I do?
Do you have questions about your environment?
Yes. What's happening right now?
Currently, you have cleared all of the foes out of the immediate vicinity. Ahead of you, in the cockpit, you have what do you call it? A co-pilot that's in shock and Lago is attempting to take up the slack at the controls. Also, Salos is sort of hanging out on the windscreen, like the world's biggest bug.
I'm gonna like try to snap the guy out of it by like lightly slapping him in the face, not that hard.
Okay, make an intimidate check.
What? I've never done that before.
Roll a d20. What's your intimidation?
Does anybody have a hard out at 5, or we go a couple minutes over to finish the encounter?
Should be okay.
Alright. We'll be ending approximately at 5, so we still have time for checkouts.
That fits in nicely.
11
Plus.
He is
plus 5, 16.
His attention is on you, but his panic seems more focused now on you, but that's not helping him fly the plane.
Yeah, the
Can I
hippo
shout
with
at him?
brains dripping out of her mouth.
Oh yeah, that is. Can I, like,
So before where he was glassy-eyed, he's now more like struggling in panic. But he seems thoroughly cowed.
Okay, can I just like shout at him to fly the plane?
Yes, you shouted him to fly the plane, and he, but his taking that as part of your the intimidate check that you've already made, the effect is the same. He is aware of his surroundings, but panicked.
Fly the plane, or I'll bite your
Where does that leave? Calicoos. This foe, this adversary, in the plane with you, has his mind did not have the discipline that yours did when it was assaulted by this kaleidoscope of colors that incapacitated him but left you alive.
And where are we?
Currently, you are what in technical terms you are about to stall, since he is no longer flying the plane. He's not like it's more or less if you take care. He's not.
But we're physically.
Physically, you are. Let's say. Let's make it a little random. So you start here, and then go in a direction of 5 o'clock. Okay, so you're like back here.
And so this guy still seems like
He's alive.
he's alive, and it's not like he's
But
incapacitated in such a state that I could just like slit his throat.
If he takes damage, he's gonna wake up.
Yeah, but he'll wake up with a throat.
Yeah, you likely could attempt to, what is it, a coup de grace, I believe? Is that what it is? Where you do max damage or something like that? I think that's the consequence of being
Just like
incapacitated.
playfully slit his throat.
One of the best things to do with somebody is tie him up.
Yeah, that was my other thought.
I think it becomes an automatic crit against a helpless
Yeah, just
person.
slit his throat. Like,
Considering
gouge
his
His
considering his con saves and
Yeah.
his damage.
This guy is mystical.
eyes. Yeah, dude, just
um,
gouge out his eyes.
Yeah, right.
I don't see.
That's a good idea. Everybody, okay.
Just gouge out his eyes.
Keeping in mind that your, I believe it was, skill checks are still a disadvantage when you're exhausted.
Oh right. Okay.
Can he gouge out his eyes?
Can we see the plane now?
Yes.
We can see you.
Oh, coming up from
So-
behind there.
Remember,
Yeah.
we'll see whatever you do and judge you for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I could silvery barbs you. Probably not, because you look kind of far. But But we can try to help you on our turn.
All right, so shoot, I'm gonna yeah, I'm gonna try that. Sorry, let's see, I'm gonna.
Your instincts, Calicu.
I know, yeah, just so many options.
He froze under pressure.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
your spell
Yeah.
got him.
Still thinking about those lights.
Yeah.
How long does that last?
1 minute.
1 minute.
Concentration.
You got time, bro.
Can I just lift him out of his seat and eject him
It's really
from the
good on
plane?
balloon stuff.
You can attempt to do that. You can attempt to unbuckle him and pull him out. Yeah.
Okay.
Make an
He bumps
It's
his,
gonna be at advantage.
athletics check.
All right.
you know, it would suck if he bumped his head against the
The,
door.
the difficulty of this is not unbuckling him. The difficulty or the risk of
Like
failure
3d8 damage
is
per
that
hit
when you
with
pull
advantage.
him out,
It could be shaking him.
yeah, I mean, yeah, it could potentially wake him. It could potentially, he could
Good.
shear off the tail as he falls out of it, right?
Right.
Or kick the controls. So the risk, like you can get him out. The risk of a low roll here is getting him out in a way that messes up the way the plane's flying.
Right. All right. I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'll try that.
Okay, athletics.
All right. Don't
But
have
what do you want to do?
athletics.
Throw him out the plane?
That's nothing.
Well, how much of a nothing?
A 3. No, a 4 at disadvantage.
That's the final result with modifiers.
Yes.
Are you trying to pull him out the chair?
Yeah.
You bump his head against the tree, wakes up.
That's a hilarious joke. That doesn't reflect reality. Don't want to give the DM ideas, bro.
That's the best part.
Too late.
You pull him out of the seat. You get him unbuckled, pull him out of the seat in a way that rouses him. So he's now hanging on precariously. Like you're basically like ready to. Was it your intention to just throw him overboard?
Yeah.
So you basically get to that point, like throw him overboard, but like his foot is like snags in the cockpit and yanking him out. You're like, okay, off you go, and you see like a hand reach out and grab the fuselage, and he's sort of like staring at you.
Well, at least he's not at the controls anymore.
No one's at the controls currently,
No,
and you see the plane continue to become less and less aerodynamic. Yeah, that's an action. You have a move left.
Can I attack him?
It's a no. Because you use
Because
your
I
action.
haven't.
You can only use your bonus attack if you attacked.
Right.
Yeah, you can't attack him.
So I can grab the controls of the plane and try to.
You can sit down in the cockpit. Yes.
Okay.
So you can sit yourself down
You just
Alright.
fill
And
this
see
chair
it.
with your body. So you
Yeah.
cannot.
and hold on to
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
This red baron back.
Give me Lago a intelligence check for your piloting roll. Actually, hold off on that. We'll do that in just a second. Lucille,
Mm-hmm.
give me a d20 roll that represents whether this pilot has the presence of mind to keep flying the plane or not. And that will determine whether he helps Lago or hinders him.
1.
he is completely panicked. In his thrashing around, like he hits controls, he hits levers, the plane jolts. Lago, you're making this check with disadvantage.
Okay. That's probably a 3. That's a 3. So.
The plane veers and banks out of control, going in the direction.
Am I able to hold on to it, or do you make a check for that?
You can hold on to it, yeah, with the assistance of your
Jetpack.
jetpack. We have, as we close up the encounter, I will clarify that the threat now is no longer the martial nature of your enemies, but the sort of the puzzle that you're solving is how to
Survive this.
safely extricate yourself from the situation. With the meta knowledge that at the end of the session, you will poof out. So you can either deliver yourselves to safety before that, or manage to get in harm's way before that, or just survive until the point you poof out, which some of you will know, but the new people will not.
Can I cast Featherfall on the ship?
I think Featherfall is creatures, if I'm
creatures.
not mistaken.
Okay, then it's a reaction. Can I cast it on me, Lucille, Calico, and I'll spare the co-pilot. He's been through a lot.
Yeah.
So 60 feet range, within 60 feet of you, choose up to 5 falling creatures within range. That's why it's a reaction.
So you gotta wait till we're falling.
You
Yeah.
count as falling.
Okay.
Both of your airplanes just went out of control.
But
So
I-
yes, basically you're like, all right, and then the co-pilot panics and hits something, and the plane goes, "Woo," and you're in like the vomit comet. And you're like,
Okay.
okay, you can cast Featherfall now. It counts. And you can also see out the window that Calico's on his airplane is plummeting. So you can include him.
Oh, he was on a separate airplane. I
Yeah,
thought
he's
he was
over here.
knocking on our window.
No, that's me.
That's it.
I got a jetpack though. I'm
Yeah.
good.
My plane's doing great.
Yeah. Plenty's plane is still flying. So yeah, you can cast Featherfall on all of those individuals.
Okay.
Now, if his plane is falling out of control, the Baron is good. Just like,
The Baron's not good. He's hanging on to his plane
yeah,
Well, he's alive.
For now.
for now.
but he's not like losing his footing or his grip or anything.
No, not for the moment. I think that's a good place to end it.
See, I've got a way to get Calicus to safety.
Okay,
But
let's-
if he vacates the seat, then the Baron will get into the seat and get back to flying. So I want to get the Baron out of his seat first.
I will. We are minutes away, so let's do one more complete round, and see where that takes us. Yeah. Baron do anything? Basically, this. You've escorted your Zeppelin into the fog cloud, where it can glide to safety on the other side and deliver the much needed supplies. And you feel a tingling in your limbs, much like the tingling when you arrived, that tells you you have approximately one round before you blip out of this reality. Let's start at the top.
So my plan is to vortex warp Calicus over to my safe plane.
Okay.
So I would have this guy fall back so that we're close enough, although
Yeah.
it's a 90-foot range. I'd have this guy fall back till we're close enough, but the problem is that the problem is that if he leaves, the Baron's going to get in the cockpit. So I'm going to get close enough for Calicus to hear me,
Okay.
and then I'm going to shout, "Knock him off the plane! And I'll bring you over here to safety!" And then I'll ready an action to cast Vortex Warp on Calicus once Homeboy is not in it. Oh, the other thing I could do now, he's got a crazy con save. I could, if he had a lower con save, I could Vortex Warp the Baron into thin air, or actually he would have to be on a surface, but I could, Vortex Warp him onto the tail of the plane or something. But I'm going to ready an action to cast Vortex Warp on Calicus to bring him over to me once the Baron is clearly not going to get into the cockpit.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. Rocket Man, this plane is kind of like, you're kind of like zooming after it with your rocket, but it is plummeting.
Can I still attack the window?
Yeah,
Yeah, long sword at the window.
let's do it.
Nope. That's a 22, I think.
Yeah, that does it.
8 plus 4 is 12. 14 points of damage.
You shatter the window.
Sweet. I want to go into the window and I want to attack the guy. That's the panicking pilot.
Okay, do it.
Don't throw him out. Okay.
He's role-playing being in a rage.
Yeah, yes I am. 20 something to hit.
Yeah, that
24.
all hits.
That's 5 plus 4 is 9 plus 2, 11 points of damage.
Call it. He's not actively defending himself, so call it a critical hit and roll as if you made a critical.
Okay.
He's
Extra 4, so
What is that total?
15 points of damage.
15 total.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's still he's bloody.
I got one more. With
he is
that.
paralyzed by fear. Thereby making
16
it
plus 7 is 20 something. Stuff. That's 1. So 2 plus 4 is 6 plus 2 is 8 points of damage.
Your would-be fatal blow is deflected enough by debris flashing back and forth in the plummeting cockpit that what would have been a blow that would have taken him apart sinks into his flesh, but is not mortal.
I just scream back at him in response.
Can I cut off his head and collect his teeth to add to my necklace?
Make an attack roll.
Okay.
You thought I was being creepy when I was saying to him, like, you're tasting his brains. That's why I was saying that to him, because he likes saying that stuff.
Wait, do I need 2 of these?
If you're attacking recklessly, yes.
Okay.
In this environment, your reckless attack would cancel out the disadvantage you get for being in a plummeting airplane. So roll 1 dice as normal with your reckless attack.
1.
You miss. You have more attacks.
Oh,
if you
yeah.
want to take them.
I'll do it again. 12
Plus
Modifiers.
6.
plus 6.
That hits.
Nice. Yeah.
Roll damage. You want to cut off his head and take his teeth.
Okay, wait, what do I do?
You're still giant. You're
Oh,
still
I do
large.
this stuff, right?
2 6s and a 4.
Actually, is Featherfall concentration?
No.
No? Okay, continue.
3, 6, 2.
3,
Plus
6, 9,
5.
Plus 5.
plus 5. Okay.
16 points of
And
damage.
he is fatally wounded by your blade.
And you cut off his head and you take all his teeth out.
Mhm.
And you make a necklace out of him.
No, I add to my necklace.
And you laugh. Do you take a sip of his blood too?
No, I kind of look like a curious toddler at him for a couple minutes. Like
Yeah,
the tilted head
it's-
at
I
him.
broke my toy.
It's like the what is it? You've seen footage of the vomit comet, right? When the people are just in free fall. It's that, but corpses everywhere.
And blood and teeth flying all around the place.
Yeah, zero G.
Yeah, just like
0 G blood and teeth floating.
I'm kind of just like calmly grabbing onto something on the roof. I don't.
Yeah, you guys are. Those of you with Featherfall are sort of walking on the roof, I guess, because you're falling slower than the plane. All right, let's move on to Calicoot.
I chop off his hand.
That's right.
Make an attack roll.
I was waiting for you to do that.
6 plus. That's with my short sword. That's a 10.
Miss.
Miss.
Keep trying.
That's a 3.
Miss.
Miss.
What do you have left? Are you
So I
going
gotta-
to
I
use your
can-
last key point to attack twice?
Do it. Do it. There's nothing else.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Here we
You.
go. So that is a 15 plus 5. It's a 20 and a 16.
The 20 hits. Roll your
Okay.
damage. Hold on, before you roll. Let's see here. So,
Specifically to his hand.
you know, a short sword. Let's say if you get a 5 or 6 on your short sword damage, that's enough to make him let go.
Right. So that would be plus.
No, I mean on the dice.
On the dice. Oh, a 5 or 6. That's- Hey,
6.
You strike at his
Made a
wrist,
buddy. Peace.
and he lets go. You vortex warp.
In that exact moment, as he falls away from the plane and his body is flying through the sky, you feel the air twist around you, and all of a sudden you shoot 90 feet over to my safe plane, as the plane that you were just on spirals downward in a death spiral, and I clap my hand on your back and say, "It is good to see you safe again, Kalakus. You are very powerful." And then
Hey, you can see one
You're
of
back in the gray space.
we pop.
you had one.
Do I have a jetpack on in the Christmas?
No.
I would say you do have a jetpack on, but it's out of gas.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wear it anyway.
If you have a magic item jetpack, we'll nerf it so it's fun, but not constant flying every time.
Oh, of course. I was surprised I was in the air that long to begin with.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised it had that much
We'll
fuel.
I'll homebrew you a magic item
We'll have
that
we'll have to find fuels.
can
I
have.
forgot about this thing.
Yes,
Oh, yeah, what'd you get?
any items you have may have gathered, I'll give you some stats for, but the intention essentially is that they are functional briefly, but then will lose their utility. The jetpack will run out of gas. The laser blaster will run out of laser blasts.
I get
So
to
more or
keep
less,
the necklace of
more or less
choice.
disposable, like one-time use
Yeah.
consumable items.
Do we have lasers?
Anytime I see
I
someone,
don't
I'm like,
think
fix this.
I don't think you grabbed any.
I don't think so either.
No.
Did anyone grab anything other than the jetpack?
All right, let's do some checkouts. So, what did you enjoy about the session? What did you enjoy that another player did? And does anybody else have inspiration besides me?
I do.
You got one?
Like, everybody deserves inspiration.
Well,
Okay.
let's vote for one more person to have it so that not everyone has it. So we'll do, what did you enjoy about the session? What did you enjoy that another player did? And an inspiration vote for one more person to get inspiration.
Okay, can I start?
You may.
Alright, so I enjoyed biting off a guy's head, and something that I liked a couple things. I liked you putting that poor co-pilot in the rock. And I like that you put him in a daze, and we all had so many ideas for waiting for cool things for you to do. I'm happy you cut off his hand instead of playfully cutting his throat.
What did you enjoy about the session itself? Pretty different from the last time we
It was
played.
pretty different. I enjoyed all the fighting. It was a lot more fun with more fights than last time.
Hell yeah. You want to go?
I enjoyed being a flying dragonborn. I feel like that was very fitting.
Oh yeah, sort of.
Yeah. I had some spectral wings I wanted to burst out, but I was too angry to use them, so I didn't. And I really liked the hippo eating the gnome. Thought that was very appropriate.
Yeah. Let's see. I like your commitment to role playing the rage, which I guess you're a berserker barbarian.
Yes. Well, I wanted to pretend to be a paladin, but there wasn't much roleplay. So.
One day. And is that gives you exhaustion when you finish your?
Yes. So I have 1 point of exhaustion.
Well.
Or it resets. I don't know.
Every time we pop in between, we get a long rest.
Got it.
So. Yeah, I liked your commitment to the role playing. I like that you finally embraced your morbid nature, Tio. By you're being so chill the whole time, just like I'm attacking. Then at the end you rip someone's teeth out and made a necklace. I was like,
and ate some tail.
yeah, that's the Tio I know.
Still save teeth for later.
And Calicus, I'm really glad you got on that airplane, because it would have been a lot harder. If you weren't on the airplane with the guy, so I'm really glad you thought of that. I'm enjoying seeing you as a turtle, bard. It's a new experience. I like that he's small, that he's like a little turtle who's hiding in his shell and stuff. So looking forward to learning more about him. I really enjoyed hypnotic patterning the fucking guy who would not stop fucking passing his con saves on stunning strike.
That was clutch.
It was fun that I got to vortex. Like obviously I didn't need to because we would have just left, but it was fun to vortex warp him and save him. I was shocked that the Baron was +10 to hit and plus like 8 on the con saves. But we survived, thank goodness. And I enjoyed that the entire session was combat, and that it was very creative, and there were all these obstacles, and I remember the donut world or the inside of a tube circle world from the other time, but now we had sky whales. So again, very intellectual and creative and interesting, and the imagery, when you told me that you were gonna DM like Sky Buccaneers, the imagery is very evocative and fun and different. So we'll go to you last, so you can do the thing. So we'll go over to the dad over there, fellow dad.
Yeah. So this was cool. I don't think I've ever played a game yet where it's just all turn-based battle the whole time. So that was cool. Like all the different action going on simultaneously. I loved. I think, did you bigify him? Yeah, like inside the airplane. Just like,
I wish that when I got big, I could like go through and grab one of the jetpacks and like rip them in half.
Yeah.
Something. I didn't know I couldn't crash through a ceiling.
Oh yeah.
You could only fit to the size that you could be in that.
And your character is awesome. Love your like outbursts of fire breathing.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool.
Something
stuff.
he'll only do that while raging.
Yeah. Yeah, and Pliny is always saving Calicuz's ass, I think. So.
Gotta protect Calicuz.
Yeah, Calicuz is just.
What happened to Petunia?
She got killed, but she's not a real owl. She's a fae spirit that's inside of an owl. So all I have to do is do a 1-hour ritual, and she'll come back. And I'm gonna do that ritual during our long rest. So she'll be back, or at the beginning or end of our long rest. So she'll be back next time. But yeah, I can actually dismiss her as an action into a pocket dimension and make her show up over there. But I can't do it as a reaction when something's flying at her. Yeah, she'll be alright, she'll be back. I can make her come back as something else, like a weasel or a bat. Or
Just if you're in the air, I think it's a really good idea
Dog.
to just have like an owl or a hawk.
Owl is usually the best choice. So I usually play other animals that are owls flavored as that animal.
the whole session was really great. I really liked all the dragon breath. I don't know why I wasn't expecting so much dragon breath, but like.
Well, the first one didn't actually happen. That was just all in our minds.
It still came up like 2 or 3 times, I think, because the owl did it, and then you did it.
Oh, yeah, the owl did it.
Yeah. You gotta love the cone of cold from a, whether it's a cockatiel or an owl, you know.
It's effective.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. I thought the kind of ramping up from initially just like, I hit him to, I'm gonna bite the dude's head off. It was pretty gruesome from both barbarians, just kind of raging out.
Yeah. Yeah, when I saw that we were gonna have 2 barbarians in one campaign, I was like, he probably is gonna put us through a meat grinder, because it's a lot of HP to grind through.
Especially in the sky. I was like, I didn't pick up a brain flip. I didn't have enough gold.
Did you do all your things?
Just the whole straddling battle with the pilot too. I thought that was just really intense.
Yeah, I agree. You know, we forgot to do our inspo votes. I'm gonna vote for the youth here for the morbidity and
Wait, I vote for what? What is this for?
you get
You're gonna vote.
inspiration.
Possibly. No, it's fine. I also go for it.
Means that if you roll something and you don't like your roll, you can roll again once. Yeah. Who do you vote for to get inspiration? Who did the coolest stuff?
Coolest. I think it's either you or him. You helped both. Like you helped us out so much. So many things, but he just destroyed so much
I
things.
actually didn't do much, honestly.
No,
I
it
missed
was
a lot.
just
I
the
didn't do a lot
fire
of damage.
breathing. It was just the fire breathing through windows.
Your role playing was dope, and his enlarge reduce made you insane.
I think I gotta vote for him for my inmate. Gosh, that's very kind. That was so cool.
Yeah, I'd say either way. I'll vote for this guy. Get my vote.
I vote for him too. Otherwise, I would have went down.
Let me see your character sheet. Yeah, you all those HP you took protected your friend from getting completely wasted. So you've got a point of inspiration, so you can use that to re-roll a roll you don't like. So me and your dad and you have inspiration the next time we play. All right, your turn for the final summation.
I enjoyed the way everyone made use of the whole environment, right? Like dividing, like choosing at the right moment. Okay, when am I going to try to like leap from plane to plane or attack the parts of the plane versus the people on it? The positioning, like I was you guys kept the positioning dynamic. I love that you kept moving from place to place and switching who was on which plane and where you were going and being aggressive. I'm very glad that you took it to like close quarters and really got in there. There was a lot of creative use a couple times of like reactions, which I don't see a ton. So it's neat to see like a different reactions, kind of like plans that rely on those. I appreciate that you guys took the somewhat perpendicular to typical fantasy setting and just incorporated it in a way that made that was fun, right? Like you were like, okay, we're like fire breathing like wizards and warriors and shit, and we're gonna go up against guys on kind of this stuff in a way that felt like action packed and not stilted. I really enjoyed the way a couple times when it was like, all right, well, I'm about to unload a whole world of pain on this guy with a rocket pack and a ray gun, and that was satisfying. Those sort of those moments of big reversals, great stuff. You made these guys sweat, and they were
they were not pushovers, and you kept moving and kept at it in a way that was really fun for me to run. I
It's
appreciate
good,
that.
good encounter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
All right.
we shall give a moment of silence for our poor pilots that just got murdered in like the first hour of this, who we failed to save.
So next time we play is supposed to be August 12th. I'm still nailing down a DM for that, so the information will go out when we have that confirmed, and it'll all be on the Discord channel and stuff. So yeah, stay tuned for more East Side Heroes.